Once again, it is time for New York Mets baseball. The New York Mets are finally with a winning record, 4-3 on the season after their home opener win yesterday against the Blue Jays. They will continue on tonight. Much chillier and cooler and drizzlier in New York than it was yesterday. Welcome, everybody. We are MetropoliFins. We are YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So excited to be with you here tonight. My name is Craig, and I've been a Mets fan for pretty much my entire life, all the way back from when I was a wee lad. And so I appreciate you guys hanging out here with us tonight. Let's quickly just go over everything. The game's set to start in about 5 minutes. So I want to just quickly share with you guys the lineups for the game. Of course, the Mets are the home team, so the Blue Jays will be batting first. It'll be Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Anthony Santander, Andres Jimenez, Alejandro Kirk, George Springer, and Wagner. Who's Wagner? His name is Will Wagner. Should know that already from yesterday. That's Billy Wagner's son. And then is it Matt Milestraw? Sorry, they only show last names here, and I'm not an expert in the Blue Jays lineup. And then finally, you've got Alan Roden. That is going to be the lineup for the Blue Jays here today. And pitching for the Blue Jays is former New York Met Chris Bassett will be pitching. The Mets lineup for tonight is pretty standard. So we will see how this goes. One little sub in here that's a little different than normal. But leading off will be Francisco Lindor, followed by Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, Jesse Winker, Mark Vientos, Brett the Met Beatty will be going there, Jose Siri, and Hayden Sanger. He will be starting as the catcher today. Good evening, Bree. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. So there is the breakdown of everything. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. And we're going to take that down. I am so excited to be with you here. We are going to be getting ready for the very first pitch of the game here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. So for those of you who are up in the Northeast, obviously it's a little bit rainy and everything else that's going on with that. So we are going to do this here really quick. I'm going to just set up an alternate stream. Keep trying to figure out what's the best way to stream these games. So we just keep trying different things. And so I do know that the sometimes the vertical live stream. No, it's going to be the real game. We're going to be covering the real Mets game here. I can't obviously broadcast it due to copyright laws, but we're going to be doing a live play-by-play of the Mets game once first pitch hits here. So this will be the real game. And so we got to get some banners up. We always are running some banners down in the bottom. So let me get my banners ready here. We'll start with a 0-0 score. It won't end with a 0-0 score, but we can. Yeah, oh, my colors are wrong. Hold on. I gotta change. Sound like an announcer. Well, we'll try not to be. I'm trying to figure out how to get a little bit better at this as we go. But yeah, it is a little announcer vibe because we're going to be trying to keep everybody informed as to what is going on. There we go. This is what we're looking for. Orange. We need orange. Orange is our brand color for here. Orange, blue, and teal. Those are our main colors that we look for this channel. So yeah, so we're discovering, we'll do that. Let me do we're on commercial break, getting ready for the game to start. We'll give a full score breakdown of all the games that have happened today. There's quite a few games in the books. The Cubs beat the Padres today 7-1, so the Padres started out the season 7-0 and have lost back-to-back games. Washington Nationals beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-3. The Dodgers also lost yesterday. They lost their first game of the season, but they came back with a win today, 3-1 over the Phillies. Dodgers are 9-1 in the first 10 games of the season. The Yankees demolished the Pirates 10-4 earlier today as well. And the Baltimore Orioles, trying to get back to a 500 record, they beat the Kansas City Royals 8-1 this season. And then in terms of games starting, there's a bunch of games. Let's see, 2 games getting ready to start along with this game. The Reds and Brewers, and then the Miami Marlins at the Atlanta Braves, and then Also, in the very top of the first inning, Tampa Bay Rays are at the Texas Rangers. That is 0-0. So that is what's going on. We will keep you updated on all those scores. We've got all sorts of things, fun things to do as we go through this game as well. I'm going to clear out my space just a little bit here, but excited to be with you here tonight talking New York Mets baseball. Mets are wearing their City Connect jerseys. So I can just I can share a still from this here really quick so you guys can see exactly what started auto playing here. Hold on. Where is that? All right, we got to turn that off here. Let me share this screen really quick if it'll let me. So you can see briefly, in case you haven't seen the New York Mets City Connect jerseys. So last night's game, as a team, we got walloped. we got absolutely smoked. But my son went 1 for 1. He actually got the first hit of the game. He's the leadoff hitter, so he got down 0-2 count in the first inning and worked a walk. And then when he got up again in like the third or fourth inning, because we were not hitting well yesterday, he got the first hit of the game. So, and that's what he ended up going 1 for 1, scored a run, stole like 3 bases, I believe. So he's up to 53 stolen bases on the season. So, all right, let me just there. I'll share this really quick in case you have yet to see this. That the Mets players came on the field earlier and were given balls, but there you go. That's what the Mets City Connect jerseys look like. In case you haven't seen it, let me see if I can rewind. There's Lindor. I think they're kind of sharp. I know not everybody liked them, but I liked them. All right, we already went through the lineup, but there you can see it. There's the Blue Jays lineup. So you have that, and we're gonna get to the game here because it's game time. All right. So the count is 2-2 strikes. That's where we're at. Yeah, I think they're okay. They're a throwback to kind of like the old school style. So I like them. Even though the purple's not really a Mets color. So this is Bo Bichette leading off. Griffin Canning is the pitcher for the Mets today. Bichette flies this one. Nimmo makes the catch out in left field, and that will be the first out of the inning. So Griffin Canning gets the first out of the game. Vientos is playing third, Lindor playing short, Beatty playing second, Pete Alonso playing first, Nimmo in left, Jose Alexa, because we can't say his other name because it triggers my phone, and then Juan Soto in right. And then Hayden Sanger is catching for the Mets here today. So let me know where you're checking in from. If you're a Mets fan, if you're a fan of another team, let me know. Vielik, I know you're a Yankee fan. So Luis Torrens took a beating behind home plate yesterday. So we got no balls and 2 strikes. This is Vlad Guerrero Jr. here. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. is hitting second in the lineup. Griffin Canning for the Mets. Pitching. He did not get a win in his first appearance of the season, but he didn't pitch horribly in Houston. So hopefully things will work out better here. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vladdy. So appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're going to start a vertical live stream too, but please don't go to the vertical. We're just going to use the vertical to send people to the horizontal. So, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. strikes out. Swinging. Let's see. Share. He went up high. That was a good pitch to get him out there. So, yeah, as you're coming in, let me know what's going on in baseball world for you. What team are you cheering for? Who are you rooting for? What baseball talk? I'm not fully caught up. We'll get caught up on some of the top stories of the day here as well. so you can see them, hear them, find out about all the big stories in baseball, because there's always big stories. Every day there's games, there's big stories. So let me just get we're gonna get our vertical live stream up and running here. 2 balls and no strikes to Anthony Santander. Mets versus Blue Jays. Live commentary. Join us on horizontal. On 3-0, he does pitch the strike in there. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No action. If you're just tuning in, you haven't missed any action yet in this Mets game. Griffin Canning got Obashek to fly out, and oh, that's a nice pitch. That was a strike anyway. They've been very reticent to call these check swings as strikes. All right, so we're going to do that. We're just going to throw up a just throwing up a quick little vertical live stream too. Try to get some new people exposed to the channel. Appreciate everybody hanging out. No balls and 1 strike. This is Andres Jimenez. Remember, Andres Jimenez was the player that the Mets traded in the Francisco Lindor deal. And he singles into right field. Wow, there's so much water on the field. You got to be so aggressive charging these balls because this outfield is so slow. So Andres Jimenez has gotten off to an absolutely stellar start to the season. I don't know if I've ever seen an outfield so wet. All right. All of you people joining us on vertical live stream as well. We are MetropoliFins YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll give you updates on the game here. The Blue Jays are threatening here on the top of the first. Runners on first and third. There are 2 outs. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher for the Blue Jays, is currently at the plate. Griffin Canning's got himself into a little bit of a pickle that he's got to try to get out of here. Swing and a miss there. No balls and 2 strikes. So that's exactly what you need to do if you're Griffin Canning here. You gotta push through. You gotta get him out. You gotta get him out. Ooh, I don't want that. All right, here we go. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. Blue Jays got runners on first and third. Let's see what Griffin Canning can do here. Let's see if he can figure this out, or this just feels like the type of night you don't want to get behind early. It's cold. It's wet. Beautiful. Curveball at the top of the zone. Strike 3 called. And Griffin Canning gets out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Oh, whoa, that's the wrong score. That's the old score. That's the score from last game. Bottom of the first. Here we go. Not that I hope that doesn't happen. I hope the Mets get off to a 5-0 lead here on the bottom of the first, but we need to wait for that to actually happen before we mark it as such. So, hanging out with you, talking baseball. I appreciate everybody being here with us tonight. So I'm just going to post a link in the vertical live stream. Send people over here. How's it going, Jonathan? Hey, Griffin Canning got out of it in the first inning, so we will absolutely take it. Of our 5 starters, he's probably the one I have the least faith in so far. He's got to earn my trust here a little bit, but nonetheless, he did what he had to do. So, but we are coming to you live tonight, talking New York Mets baseball. You're not missing any action right now as we speak because we are on commercial break. So, just hanging out with you here on a Saturday night. I figured I got to get my streaming in because the Mets play the Marlins again next week, which means there's not going to be a lot of opportunity for me to stream. Nadaya, how's it going? Let's see. I need to go back and get one more link. Golly, how's it going? We're talking New York Mets baseball here tonight, so appreciate you. If you were watching on Vertical, I invite you to hop on over to our horizontal live stream. I'm gonna actually post that and pin that in the chat for all my horizontal friend or for all my vertical friends. Let me actually do it this way. Join us on horizontal. Let's go this way. There, we'll pin that chat for all my vertical friends, but we'll be talking Mets baseball. The Mets are coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. Chris Bassett is pitching for the Blue Jays. Francisco Lindor is leading off for the Mets. So we're just hanging out talking baseball here tonight. First pitch was a strike to Lindor. Second pitch, Lindor shoots down the left field line. That's going to be at least a single. He's going for two. And he's going to make it in today with a stand-up double as the leadoff hitter. Yesterday, Lindor started with a leadoff double on the first pitch of the game. Today, he's waiting for the second pitch to get the double. So once again, Lindor is going on a hot streak after his baby is born. Lindor loves hitting right after his wife gives birth. It just tends to be a Lindor tradition. So I'm glad that his wife gave birth at the beginning of the season this year. So hopefully it will just be a slump buster. Lindor got off to a slow start, but I'm going to tell you it's unfortunate. Oh, I really like the City Connect helmets too for the Mets. I don't think I've seen those up close. Looks good. First pitch is outside ball 1-2-1 Soto. I don't even have a soda in here, so I'm going to have to run out and get my Juan Soto soda if he hits a home run here. Here we go. One ball, no strike. Mets already threatening. Soto lines this one. It's going to be deep center field, but not deep enough. Ooh, Lindor is going to tag. And he's going to tag, and he's going to make it to third. Nice aggressive play by Francisco Lindor there. That's why he's our leadoff hitter. So it is still nothing in the bottom of the first inning. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. If you're watching on Vertical, double tap that screen, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We've got baseball coverage from a Mets fan perspective, and we cover football from a Miami Dolphins fan perspective. So if you like cheering on someone who likes cheering on teams that always seem to come up as a disappointment, this is absolutely your channel for you. Bruno, how's it going? Pete Alonso is at the plate for the Mets. I know. If I get thirsty and I want 2 sodas midnight, I'm going to be in trouble. So the good thing is we have the soda stream, so I can just pump. I can do like that carbonated water stuff, like as quick as possible. So I got to make sure I get one before Soto comes up the next time with my Juan Soto soda. Chris Bassett historically pitches well against the Mets. And in general, good pitchers, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Good pitchers, you have to get them at the beginning of the game. It's important to get to good pitchers at the beginning of the game because if not, they settle in. Even yesterday for the Mets, they scored 2 runs in the first inning, and after that, the Mets bats went silent. But it's not so much that the hitting got bad. That was a broken bat, almost hit Lindor. Ball almost went fair, but it ended up going foul down the left field line. Oh, Juan 2 sodas. Got it. Juan 2 sodas. Got it. Oh, I missed it. No, man, I totally missed that one. That pun over my head. Completely over my head. I got to go to pun prison for that. I need some punishment. Ah. Punishment. Fernanda, how's it going? Appreciate you guys. So we're talking and watching this Mets game. It is 0-0. Mets are up in the bottom of the first. Pete Alonso is actually at the plate right now as we speak, and that one is high. 2-2. To Pete Alonso. Pete has been on fire the last couple of games. His home runs in back-to-back games. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're watching us on vertical, I think the experience is better on horizontal, so I invite you to join it. But we're streaming on both right now because we want to meet new people as well as give the best possible experience to those that can. That's outside, a couple inches outside. Yeah, yes, I got a bad pun. Someone approved of my bad pun. Pete's patience at the plate has been absolutely phenomenal this year, and it means he gets to see more pitches, which gives pitchers more opportunities to make a mistake. But he strikes out on that one. That was going to be a strike anyway. So that was a good curveball by Bassett. So Pete shaking his head a little bit. Pete was looking fastball. That was a really nice pitch. All right, so there's 2 outs. Lindor is still on third. Brendan Nimmo is at the plate. Nimmo, I really like in this 4-hole. I hope he gets to spend a good chunk of the year here. Why? Well, because if the Mets happen to go 1, 2, 3 in the first, which will rarely happen, it means you have someone who's been a leadoff hitter leading off in the bottom of the second or the top of the second inning. But also, Nimmo knows how to be whatever he needs to be. Nimmo can be a power hitter. Nimmo can be the leadoff hitter who gets on base, but Nimmo also can be the contact hitter who can just put the ball in play, try to get Lindor home. So I feel like even though it's maybe more traditional to have your slugger in the 4-hole, I like Pete in the 3-hole. I really like this Lindor, Soto, Pete, Nimmo. No balls and 2 strikes to Nimmo though here. So that one is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appreciate everybody hanging out. I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday. I've got lots of energy. We're ready to rock and roll today for sure. So appreciate hanging out with us. Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's got the pitch here. That's low. Good eye by Nimmo. That's a tempting pitch right there that he was able to hold off on. So yeah, they're saying Nimmo is 1 for 6, Jonathan. Find Nimmo. Finding Nimmo, finding a way. Nimmo finding a way. It's Chris Bassett and Max Scherzer on the pitching staff for the Blue Jays. It's like the Mets of 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever that was. 3 years ago. It wasn't even that long ago, was it? That we were doing that. And Max Scherzer is injured, I think, right now. That's up and away as well. Another good take. So the Mets are, and Nimmo's doing exactly what you want him to do here too, which is run up the pitch count a little bit. That's 15 pitches in the inning for Bassett. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nimmo grounds it to second. He's going to be retired at first, but at least it was still a good at bat. Once you get down 2 strikes, it's kind of a tough position to be in as a major league hitter. Really, at any level, hitting with 2 strikes is really difficult. So he put it in play, didn't strike out. You never know what'll happen, especially on a wet, rainy-ish type of night. You know, there's always a chance the ball will take a weird hop or someone will slip or have a bad throw. But that is going to retire the Mets in the bottom of the first inning. We are headed to the top of the second inning. All right, so you think sound is better over there? Okay, so let me try one thing. I have one option I can do. So let me try switching because the mic is on here. So let's. All right, you guys let me know if you can try. I just switched to a different mic.
So let me know if sound is better over on the horizontal stream. You guys get a chance. So let me know if you the sound is better, because I want every experience to be good, but I feel like the overall experience of the horizontal is a better experience. So I want to make sure, until I can upgrade and get better equipment and better mics, that this is at least higher quality, because I actually have one other microphone option I can try for the horizontal stream as well. So is this better, Jonathan? All right, sounds good. Hey, I appreciate it. Like, we're always working, trying to get better. So I want to make it the best possible viewing experience and listening experience. Since you got to put up with my voice for 2.5 hours, I want to make sure it's not more shrill than what it is. All right, so I will take note of that. I think I can change my settings here too. Let's see if I can easily change it. I don't know if I can easily. I guess I'm going to have to work with that. But that's the cool thing at your fingertips, is you can quickly change and do things. Okay, that's better. I can try one other option too, because I have my other external mic. So that mic, the mic on the vertical is actually just the phone. That's the direct phone mic. There's nothing. That's just the new iPhone 16 Plus or whatever. All right, no balls and 2 strikes. Griffin Canning out ahead of George Springer here very quickly. No, Bree. This is the horizontal over here. And then I am just running a vertical stream just because it's kind of the vertical stream is kind of like you're fishing for new people, trying to fish for some new Mets fans that might find us there. But I'm trying to send people from the vertical to the horizontal here. So I just know that they do reach different audiences as you have people scrolling in and out and kind of flipping through. So that George Springer is retired, and Will Wagner, son of former Mets closer Billy Wagner, is at the plate. That is no balls and 2 strikes. Canning is looking really good. He's looking sharp to start the second inning here. I got to update my banner here. Here we go. That is all set. So, yeah, ultimately, I want the horizontal stream to be the main stream. But we're just, yeah, it's wherever works. Wherever works. It's been pretty calm over on the vertical tonight. So you're free. If you're a mod, feel free to hang out, wherever you want or whatever. And Jonathan, let me know if you're interested in modding too, because you've been around hanging with us for a while. Bree, if you're interested in modding, let me know. We can think I can find a way to pop you guys on as mods. It's been pretty calm and cool. All right, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here. It's just inside, almost hit him, but he got out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will the Thrill Wagner. Hey, that's cool. You're just hopping over. Like, this one's to my right, this one's to my left slightly, and the game is right in the middle, so I can see everything. Peekaboo! That one's low. It's full count. Don't lose him, Canning. Can't do that. Can't lose him here. Let's see what Canning's got here. He got him swinging at a. Wow, that was a bad pitch. He got him to swing at that. There you go. 2 strikeouts in a row for Griffin Canning. So, like always, I want Griffin Canning to succeed. I just don't know enough about him, and I haven't seen him pitch enough to have any level of trust with him yet. But the way he's pitching tonight is looking good. So far, so good. See if the Mets can put together some runs in the bottom inning. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. We are going to be rating some smaller creators during the 7th inning stretch as well. No worries, Jonathan. Just wanted to offer you the opportunity if you wanted it. So I understand. I've turned down mod positions in other places before because I just want to be a participant. But just Just know that you're appreciated for being here on a regular basis. So that's all. Take the appreciation, even if you don't want the responsibility. So it is nothing, top of the second. Griffin Canning looking pretty good. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's already struck out 2 this inning, trying to strike out the side. There is a little base hit out to left field there on the 2-strike pitch. So that's the first hit of the game for the Blue Jays. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the perfect game. Everything you tuned in for. You might as well all leave now because there's not going to be a perfect game. There's not going to be a no-hitter. So who cares, right? Alan Roden is at the plate for the Blue Jays here. He's their number 9 hitter, so you definitely want to get him out here. See you midnight. I mean, I will tune into games. I wouldn't leave this game, but I will tune into games that I don't even care about per se. If I see that little no-hitter alert, if that no-hitter alert is up, I'm all in. I'm all about like watching history anytime I get the chance. Throw over to first. Gets back. No balls and 1 strike to Roden here. We'll see if Canning can get Roden out here. This next commercial break, we'll go over some of the headlines of the day. There's a nice change up for a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Alan Roden. Bo Bichette and Vlad Guerrero Jr. on deck and in the hole. So you definitely want to get him there. Oh, man, this field is just wet, muddy. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop. Hayden Sanger with a nice little pick there of that ball. That was really good. Hello again. Peekaboo, midnight. Peekaboo. Another throw over to first, gets back. That's his second disengagement of the at-bat. It took the Mets like 90 games last year to get their first shutout of the season. They got it in Game 7 this year, so that's sounding good. We like this start to the season a lot better than last year. That one's high. Not a great pitch there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's like too high to even get him to chase on that one. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. By the way, we hit our high. Our live stream high is 6 people. 6 people watching. So we're going to highlight anytime we hit a new high. So we were getting close there for a second. We're keeping an eye. I'll do the combine between the 2 streams for sure. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Griffin Canning trying to get out of this inning. Battling. That one's ripped, but just fouled down the first baseline. That ball's grounded foul again down the first baseline. So we've got a little battle going on here. Griffin Canning trying to get out of the inning. He's up to 42 pitches, so that's not the greatest thing in the world. Blue Jays are definitely fouling lots of pitches off. I know Bo Bichette had a long at bat to start the game. So pitch count-wise, this is looking like a bullpen type of game. And that one's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, I would imagine Canning is probably stretched out 80 to 90 pitches, but I mean, right now he's on pace for like 4 innings, 5 innings max. So, and that's assuming he can get Roden out here. and he missed, and that's ball 4. So all right, so we're going to have a visit to the mound here. So this is Jeremy Hefner coming out talking. We've got a little meeting at the mound. A lot of these guys have the purple sleeves. I like it. The only thing that I would say about these City Connect uniforms is they just don't feel Mets enough to me. And I don't know how they could fix it. And I understand the color scheme, but I do like the uniform in general. Like, as a uniform, I like the uniform. And so I like that. All right. Between our 2 streams, we have 7 people. That's our new record. New record. 7 people watching. You guys deserve some props for that. Boom. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Then they ran away really quick. But that's okay. We still set the record. I saw it. There was 6 on here and 1 on the other. Then they all ran away, but it's okay. It's still the new record. All right, we're done with that meeting at the mound here. This is Bo Bichette, the leadoff hitter at the plate. Pops that one out, foul out of play down the first baseline. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us here. We're rocking and rolling here on a Saturday night. Let's see some amazing Mets action. Let's see if Griffin Canning can figure out how to get out of this inning. This is not a fun game to be a pitcher. Probably not fun to be a hitter. All right, that is flown out to pretty deep left field, almost to the warning track, but Jose Alexa, we can't say his name otherwise or else my phone goes crazy, but Jose Alexa makes the catch, and Griffin Canning does manage to tiptoe through the raindrops, maybe quite literally tiptoeing through the raindrops here today, and it is nothing. So if you're just tuning in now, you literally haven't missed anything as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Due up for the Mets will be Jesse Winker, Marky V, Swaggy V, Mark Vientos, and Brett the Met for now Beatty. Brett the Met for now Beatty. Brett Beatty needs to yes, exactly. Well, especially on a night like tonight where, it's easy to misplay balls and it's hard to get a good jump on things. So Jose Alexa, I appreciate overall what he is. I know there's going to be times I'm going to get frustrated with him for how he approaches the plate appearances. That's because I'm old school. Hey, guess what? We've got another new record. We got 8 people watching. New record. 8 people watching. Awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're coming to you with Mets coverage all year long, and the more likes and subscribes and watch hours we can get, the more often I'm going to be able to do this for you. So I appreciate each and every one of you so much. It is nothing. We're going to the bottom of the 2nd inning, so you've literally missed no action. Griffin Canning had to dodge some bullets here so far, but made it through. Mets got Lindor to 3rd in the bottom of the 1st, and we're not able to get him home. He had a leadoff double. We got him over to 3rd. That was Soto. Soto had a fly ball. Hey, we got another. Wow, I better just copy and paste this. We're up to 9 people watching. Awesome. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Here it is, Jesse Winker. No balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 2nd. For those of you who did not catch it, it is former Met Chris Bassett is pitching here. So there we go. There's our new record. 9 people watching. No balls and 2 strikes for Jesse Winker. I definitely think that Jesse Winker was a huge part of last year's season. I understand the stats on the field that Jose Iglesias provided were really good, but the attitude that Jesse Winker brought to this team, that we're not a team that you can just mess around with, was probably as important, if not more important, than what Iglesias actually provided. And so I really think, hey, we have another new record. We got 10 people watching between our two streams. Appreciate everybody who is hanging out with us here tonight. We're just busting records all over the place. I appreciate each and every one of you. Winker hooks this one to right field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. That is going to be a leadoff double for back-to-back innings for the New York Mets. Slides in. He didn't have to, but he's a good baseball player. He just wants to get dirty. So there we go. Back-to-back leadoff doubles in the first and the second inning. Mark Vientos. Mark Vientos coming to the plate. Let's see what the Mets got. We need to break through this inning. We need to give Griffin Canning. We need to give him some run support early here. I feel like this is the type of game, if you can get out to like a 3-run lead, you're going to be in pretty good shape. That ball is inside. Ball one, Marky V. I'm ready to explode. Like, I'm feeling it. You guys feeling this? Are you feeling like something coming here, something big? Ooh, that was challenge that. That was a ball. One they called it a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Vientos. That was a ball though. What is this? One hand tap? Is that what it is? Vientos fouls that one down the third baseline. Good swing. Swung over the top and inside a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. All right, we're doing it. We're bringing out the Rally Pig. We're bringing out Rally Pig. Rally Pig came through huge yesterday, but I think we need him now. I think we need Rally Pig now. Let's see what we got. Well, there's a swing and a miss by Vientos. Uh-oh. Rally Pig, what are you doing, Rally Pig? You can't do that, Rally Pig. We need your help. But Rally Pig gets the whole inning. He's like a relief pitcher. He's got to pitch at least 3 batters or finish the inning. All right, Brett Beatty. I know y'all hate him. It's okay. I'm still here for you, Brett. Oh, I'll never quit you, Brett Beatty. I will never quit you. First pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here today. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If y'all subscribe right now, maybe Brett Beatty will get a hit. We got Rally Pig out, so we're ready to go. Let's go, Rally Pig. What you got for us here? Fouls that one out. No balls and 2 strikes. Like I said, I know y'all hate Brett the Met. But maybe by the power of Rally Pig. Rally Pig knows he has to come through here. Brett the Met, for now, is going to use his timeout for the moment. Got to adjust his gear. Way-oh! I got to cheer along with the crowd there. This is Jesse Winker. Jesse Winker. He's on second base with leadoff double. Mark Vientos struck out. By the way, Vientos is not having a great start to the season either. Absolutely caught looking on that. Come on! Rally Pig. Now we got 2 outs. 2 outs. Who we got? Jose Alexa. All right, Jose Alexa. Win me over, Jose Alexa. Win me over. I want to become a fan of yours. Oh, man, that some dude's like chomping on a hot dog or sausage and peppers. Looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm hungry. I had like early supper. That's outside for Jose Alexa. Okay, what are we gonna go here? We're gonna go with a bomb. We're gonna go with a home run for Jose Alexa. Remember, I gotta call him Alexa because if I call him by his real name, it triggers my phone. So Jose Alexa is his name for the stream. All right, let's go. Alexa's batting 083 on the season. Fits right in with the bottom of this order right now. That's strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alexa. Fouls out a pitch that was out of the strike zone. That is going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we got the Rally Pig out, but he's not doing anything yet. What are you doing, Rally Pig? Wake up! Oh, his eyes are closed, see? That's why. Rally Pig's eyes are closed. You got to open those eyes. Let's go. Ooh. They just had the camera on. Hey, I'll tell you what. The Yankees' bats are amazing. My concern with the Yankees, that is popped up foul. And Vlad Guerrero Jr. does it. Come on, Rally Pig, you failed me. I was feeling it, and Rally Pig failed me. So, nothing there. No, Sub-Zero. I'm going to tell you what. The Yankees' bats have been. Yeah, so I don't. So it's a good question, Midnight. Does maybe that's it? Maybe we can only use Rally Pig when we're actually behind. But can you rally if the score is nothing? Hey, by the way, we've got 11 people watching between our 2 streams. So that's another new record. I'm going to post that really quick. But let's have this discussion here since we're on commercial break here. So a couple things. So Sub-Zero, do I still think the Yanks would have a first round postseason exit? I'm going to tell you what. The Yankees' bats have been great. My concern for the Yankees was never their hitting. I'm a believer in young guys being able to succeed, and Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. My concern was the pitching. So I will say right now, for now, they are definitely proving me wrong. We will keep on that story. I'm sure we'll have plenty of Yankee talk on this channel as a Mets fan, right? But doing that. But Midnight, you bring up a great point. So we maybe need to make a decision on this. We need to make an official channel decision. I always thought rallies were when you were trying to come back from a deficit. Now, yesterday I used Rally Pig when the Mets had a thing. So does a rally only apply, or what do you call it? What do you call it when you're trying to score runs even if you have the lead? Or can you rally if the score is tied? Like if it's 0-0, can you rally? Can you put together a rally? So let me just look up. We'll do a couple of searches here. What is a rally in baseball? Okay, let's see that's a rally cap. Well, we'll start with a rally. Oh, hold on. Do I have there might be a better link here. Rally baseball dictionary. Okay, so this is how I was using it. This is according to baseballalmanac.com. If you're on the horizontal, this is the definition that I was kind of going by. Several runs scored together in rapid succession, a scoring surge. The first use was in 1858. Okay, there's also, this is the definition that Midnight was thinking here, which is a run scoring. Here, I can actually post this on the screen. Let me share the screen here as we're so you guys hopefully can see this on a run scoring surge during a half an inning for the offensive team that causes it to tie or go ahead. Okay. So there's a couple uses of it, and then to get several hits and runs in one inning to make a rally, also to make a comeback in a game or within a season. So seems like there's like a lot of definition that works with that. So I think that we're good using it. Yeah, no, so did I. I mean, because I didn't necessarily know it the other way. That's what we do. Hey, that's what we're always learning. Got to get better. All right, we got a game here that we're talking about too. It's a 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Yeah, it depends on how you're using it. Sub-Zero. I agree. I think that would play too. So the Mets need to rally. That's one thing. But the Mets are having a rally. This is popped out to a short right field. Pete Alonso gets under it, and he is able to make the catch. So there's one out here. Oh, I already got my banner. My banner is adjusted because it is the top of the 3rd inning. It is still 0-0. So if you're tuning in now, you haven't missed any real game action. So Swing and a miss by Anthony Salamander Santander. I have kids, and my kids make up lots of nicknames for lots of players. So the cool part about this is now I get to share them with you guys here. Anthony Santander Salamander. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to the Salamander. Maybe someday my nicknames will get as famous as Chris Berman's nicknames, right? That ball is fouled up, out of play. It does end out in the dugout. It's not high enough for anyone to get under it. They chased after it, but doing that. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We got 9 people hanging out with us. Greatest Mets rally. All right, Jonathan bringing some knowledge. Some knowledge. This ball is grounded to Brett the Met for now, Beatty. That's going to be his new nickname until his offense picks up. Brett the Met for now. And then probably Brett the AAA Met. And then Brett the former Met. Sadly. I really want Brett Beatty to do well. Making me cry. All right. So anyway, Jonathan posts this stat. The greatest Mets rally, May 5th, 2022. Mets stormed back from a 9th inning 7-1 deficit to beat the Phillies 8-7. I remember exactly where I was. I was listening to the game while I was shopping for Amazon products in Walmart. And I stopped shopping to watch the rest of the game in a Walmart toy aisle. That's where I was for that game. So I remember that. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs here. This is Andres Jimenez, formerly traded from the Mets for some guy you may have heard of named Francisco Lindor. That's a nice pitch down the bottom of the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm going to tell you what, Griffin Canning looks really good most of the time. And then he kind of sometimes doesn't look good. But most of the time he looks really good. So we're going to take that. We're going to take really good most of the time. I mean, if that's blame the kids. No, I mean, they're creative. They're like super creative midnight. So it's not really even blame. It's kind of giving credit to them. That ball's fouled away. No, I mean, if I could have the standard of living my life of being really good most of the time, I'll be pretty happy with that. And then occasionally not so good. But squeezing Canning a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little inconsistent. I mean, who was it? Vientos had a pitch that was like clearly a ball that was called a strike. But there's the strikeout, so hey, you don't have to worry about getting squeezed out of the strike zone if you can get him to swing at the pitch. So that works. So that's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the first 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Canning. Looks to be getting stronger as it goes on here. Hey, thank you, George. I see George just subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you so much. So hanging out here. Yeah, the kids can take credit for all the good names, and then I'll take credit for all the bad names. So exactly. All right, let's go over some MLB highlights here today. Not necessarily highlights, but like news stories. We'll just, in case you're not caught up, because I'm not caught up on everything yet. So we're going to do that. Let's go Mets, George Gibbs Jr. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go Mets, baby. Griffin Canning is pitching well here today. No Kranick and Minter. Yeah, I have a feeling that if there's any reason possible, they'll get Diaz into this game today too. Unless there's like an absolute blowout, which I just don't expect it to be. All right, so just some highlights here. We're going to just highlight. I think these are going to show on the screen if you're watching on the horizontal. I know you don't all care, but I'm just a baseball fan in general. So Trent Grisham stepping up with regular at-bats. Homers twice for the Yankees today. There's that. Ohtani throws a bullpen session as he inches towards return to the mound. Is there any timeline on this? Toward eventual return to the mound. The timeline for Ohtani to pitch is still to be determined. Let's see. Ian Happ celebrates milestone with catch for the highlight reel. Let's see. What do we got here? Happ celebrated his 1,000th career game with the Cubs. That was the milestone for Ian Happ. We're just digging through the highlights so you don't have to read all these stories. Campbell gets an 8-year extension. Who is that? Christian Campbell. Campbell, 8-year, $60 million extension. Garrett Crochet also signed a 6-year, $175 million extension on Friday, or announced it on Friday. So that's kind of the basics. Those are the top stories we have there. There we go. We'll stop the screen share for now. Let's go Mets. Absolutely. Let's go Mets, baby. We already commented on that one. No Kranick or Minter, but everybody else in the bullpen should be good to go. All right. By the way, it is Hayden Singer up for the Mets. He's down, no balls and 2 strikes. He grounds that one, chops it over the mound. He's running hard, but he's going to be thrown out at first. Faster guy might have beaten that one out because it got over the pitcher's head. Francisco Lindor is so awesome. Absolutely, Red Man. And I hope that he has a good enough first half of the season that he can actually get an all-star nod. It's funny. Every year he ends like second in MVP, but not an all-star. That's how crazy it is. Edwin Diaz walkout, new laser light and smoke machine. Awesome. All right, and Red Man is calling Pete Alonso is going to hit a home run, so we'll see. See if he can get up this inning. So this is Lindor at the plate since we're back to the top of the lineup here. So Lindor led off the game with a double. He got over to third on a fly ball by Soto, but then got stranded there. Mets couldn't get him home. So let's see if we can do this for Redman. Let's see if we can get Pete to the plate. Oh, I still didn't get my Juan Soto soda. Oh, no. That's why he's not going to hit a home run. All right, we're going to do that next commercial break. I'm going to get my soda. James Smith, how are you doing tonight? Let's go Mets, baby. Francisco Lindor is up. Bottom of the third inning. Nothing game so far on a cold, dreary, rainy, wet night at Citi Field. I hope you are doing well. It's a check swing, and he is not able to hold it. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lindor. Let me change my screen layout here just a little bit. We're going to try. Lindor pops this one up. It's going to be shallow left field. Rodin comes in and makes the catch. His ball cap keeps falling off. All right. This is Juan Soto at the plate. I'm doing awesome, James Smith. So chilling, watching some Mets baseball, hanging out with my friends and my family here tonight, which who could ask for anything more? Baseball season is back, and I'm happy as a clam. So there's nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the third inning, Juan Soto at the plate. By the way, Bassett's only at 40 pitches, so he's been pretty efficient with his pitch count here tonight so far. Griffin Cannon's pitch count is a little bit higher. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Cannon's pitch count is already at 59. Now, of course, he's pitched, 3 full innings, whereas Bassett's still in his 3rd inning. But still, it's Soto's up 2-0. So Soto doing Soto things, working the count, waiting to get a good pitch. Ooh, caught the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Yeah, this setup is a little bit better. I'm liking it. I'm liking this setup just a little bit more. Swing and a miss for Soto. All right. Yeah, Redman calling the Pete Alonso home run. But if you want to see it this inning, he's got to get up this inning. So appreciate you, Redman. All right, let's see. So this is Juan Soto. Let's see if, and it goes down swinging. I need to get a soda. This is what it is. All right, we're going to do an emergency pause. I'm going to be right back. And let me do this for those of you who are on the horizontal, which I personally think is a slightly better experience for you, but we'll throw the game day up on the screen just in case this game comes back. Before I get back, I'm going to go make myself a Juan Soto soda. Juan Soto soda. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to be back with you guys in like 30 seconds here. We'll put Rally Pig. Everybody say hi to Rally Pig. He's feeling a little bad because he didn't come through earlier. So there's Rally Pig. Everybody say hi to him. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with you here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us here tonight. I've fixed the Juan Soto problem. We've got our Juan Soto soda ready to go. That's why he struck out. It's my fault. Whoa! My desk started rising by itself here. Lock this thing into place. All right. We are in the top of the fourth inning. There is actually one out. Alejandro Kirk grounded out. So we'll get everybody caught up here in just a second. Let me get all my windows right. All right. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is George Springer is at the plate. George Springer's at the plate for the Blue Jays. There's 1 out in the top of the 4th. I got to get my banner updated here. There we go. Called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. George Springer at the plate. It is still a 0-0 game. So if you're tuning in now, you literally haven't missed anything of significance. Just a pitcher's duel so far. Chris Bassett, the former New York Met, versus Griffin Canning, the former Los Angeles Angel, now New York Met. So this is just my soda for tonight. Ooh. On the green screen. Look, it just goes right through it on the green screen because it's a green cup. Anyway, it is just carbonated water with some fresh lemon juice and fresh lime juice. No bad ingredients. Control everything. Yes, definitely a little stitious. I think that's from The Office, right? God, I'm looking. Oh, Springer doesn't like that call. He's arguing the strike. It was definitely a ball, by the way. Springer's argument is correct. That's easily a challenge. Yeah, that was well off the plate. That would, under the new challenge system, that's easily a ball. So Springer has a point, but we don't have the ABS in the regular season this year, so it's just going to be what it's going to be. I feel like George Springer's the type of guy who could just literally just go off and start a fight at any time. All right, it's a Will Wagner. I keep saying he's the son of Billy Wagner. That's correct, right? I think it comes from The Office. I think that's where it originates, but I do like that quote. I'm definitely a little stitious. All right, 3 balls and 1 strike so far to Will Wagner. I need to confirm that Will Wagner is Billy Wagner's son. That's a strike. Full count. And tipped it, but Singer's not able to hold on to it, so he stays alive. That was a bad camera angle to show for that pitch. Yeah, that would have been a tough pitch to catch. Yes, he is the son of Billy Wagner. I just want to double check because sometimes Will Wagner is Billy Wagner. Yeah. What is let me see if I can find out how many pitches he threw. I think as long as he's effective, I think you can let him go his full, especially since it's the bottom of the order coming up here. I think you try to get him. I mean, if he can get Wagner here, then I think that, I think you can let him go. He's not pitching horribly. He's not dominant, but it's like if you can save 1 inning of your bullpen, another foul ball. I mean, I know his pitch count is high, but Wagner fouled it off his foot, I think. Yes, Will Wagner is Billy Wagner, is William Wagner, is Bill Wagner. It's actually just the same person over and over and over again. All right, 3 balls and 2 strikes again. This is pitch 78. Fouls that one away. Good at bat by Wagner here, by the way. Yeah, so Jonathan, I think I'm sticking with Canning. I don't know what his max pitches has been yet. That was game 3, and he walks him here. 2-out walk. That's been Canning's worst part of this game, is not being able to get out of these innings. Gets 2 quick outs and then doesn't challenge him. So I'm just gonna I'm screenshotting this really quick so I can show you guys on the horizontal stream. This is Billy Wagner, Will Wagner's father. I'm going to get behind on the stream just a little bit, but I want to just show you guys this. These stats here. So in his career, 853 games, 2.31 or 2.31 ERA, 1,196 strikeouts, 422 saves, 8th most, and Hall of Famer, class of 2025, and a 7-time All-Star. So anyway, I can show you a pause screen. I'm not too worried about that. So I just think that's kind of some cool stuff going on. All right, let me get caught up to where we are on this at-bat here really quick. All right. 1-1, 2-1. I'm going through quickly to get caught up because I was paused there for a little bit. And this ball is grounded to Lindor, flips it to second, and Brett, the current Met Beatty, makes the put out, and he gets out of the inning. So it is 0-0, headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. We are at commercial break, so you're not missing anything. And honestly, if you're tuning in now, you really haven't missed anything. All right. So Mets have been too dependent on Lindor, Soto, Alonso. I'm going to counter that one, Sub-Zero. I don't think that's exactly right. I think Lindor. Well, so first of all, Lindor didn't hit for the first series, and Alonso didn't hit for the first series. I think they're not too dependent. I think having Lindor, Soto, and Alonso is actually good because there's not panic in Metsville simply because Lindor got off to a slow start and Pete had a couple of rough games until he got going and different things like that. So I think it's actually set up pretty nice that all these other guys, nobody's talking too much about how Vientos is off to a slow start and how Jose Siri's batting average is under 100. Like, right? Nobody's talking about those things. Now, can it stay like that the whole season? Obviously not. The team needs to come around as a whole from 1 through 9. However, I think Lindor, Soto, Alonso are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, which is they're getting on base, they're moving runners over, and they're hitting big home runs. That's what you want to do. So that way the rest of your lineup doesn't have this pressure of, I have to produce. Instead, they can focus on, okay, I'm not playing my best right now. I have to fix it. I've got to fix my swing. I got to put the work in and do that. That's kind of my take on it. What do you rest of you Mets fans think? I don't know. I don't think it's too big of a deal. Now, Redman said Pete Alonso was going to hit a home run. He didn't specify when, what inning, or even if he meant today, but we're going to go with today. So yeah, I'm gonna post it on the screen because you said it, Redman. So first pitch is strike at the bottom part of the zone. That pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. All right. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pete Alonso. We're going to, for those of you bracket people, we're going to keep an eye on the Final Four. So Auburn and Florida, they're just mentioning it because, of course, Pete Alonso is a vet, an alumnus, I believe, alumni. I think alumnus is the singular of the University of Florida. That one was outside. Pete doesn't like that call either, just like George Springer. Yeah, this ump has been bad tonight, guys. I try not to be too critical of umpires, but he's been pretty off tonight as a whole. All right, so no home run for Pete Alonso there, Redman. I want to try something here. Let's do this. Yeah, 2 of my kids picked Florida to win the national championship. My youngest daughter ended up picking the Final Four correctly. I'm in like last place in my family pool. Let's see. We're going to throw that. Let's see how that works on the screens. Does that work for you guys? So we'll have it side by side. So we're talking Mets. I'm not going to like do play-by-play of the basketball game, but yeah, well, you guys can follow along without having to go anywhere. We'll talk Mets. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brandon Nimmo. Let me know if you guys are good with that. Track basketball. 69-68, 2:59 to go. That's a battle. So cheering for Duke. Yeah, so we got Go Duke. We got Let's Go Florida. Yeah, no problem. It's like Nimmo hits this one. It's going to go deep center field, but it's going to be caught. It's going to be 2 outs here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm a sports fan. Like, I mean, if I could just watch sports all day, I would totally do it. Oh, they've got the new like race that's going on with like the giraffe and pizza. Winker lines that. That's going to fall. It's going to get past. It's going all the way to the wall. Winker's turning second. He's going to third. And he slides into third because he's a good baseball player. I don't know if that's going to be a single and an error or a triple. I guess they're going to rule it a triple. Absolutely just got right by him. So it's a 2-out triple for the Mets. We were just looking at the triples leaders in the majors the other day, and no Mets had a triple. That is Winker's first triple since 2021. Here we go. Here's Vientos at the plate. First pitch, checks his swing, and he's not able to hold. Vientos has grimace on his sneakers. No balls and 2 strikes. That ball's fouled back. Yeah, and so I told everybody, Vientos is struggling to start the year, and I told everybody, you got to be aware that there is a lot more film and tape on Vientos. And so he's definitely struggling to adjust a little bit here because there's a lot of stuff. Now, I think he's going to come around, but I wouldn't be surprised if the first couple months are a little bit slow because now Vientos is the one having to make the adjustments to how the pitchers are going to pitch him. He's going to have to lay off some of those bad pitches like he does right there. That's actually a good pitch that he's able to lay off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he hit. That's what you're looking for here from Vientos. Just want to hit. Put this ball into play. 71-68 with 2:02 left. So Florida's got a 3-point lead in the Final Four game going on there. We got a contact lens issue going on for Chris Bassett here. Now he's got to have a trainer like poking his finger in his eye. It's making me tear up because I got my contacts in too. It's making me cry. Like I'm tearing up watching them poke him in the eye. Yeah, Vientos. Like I said, you got to be patient with these guys. These second years, a lot of times you can be like great, and then you kind of take that dip, that second year, that sophomore slump, and then your third year and on up, that's when you can really take off. So I think Vientos is going to be fine, but I think Mets fans need to be patient. And it's hard. It's hard. People don't like being patient in New York. All you want to see is that his approach at the plate is a good approach and that he's making adjustments as he learns how they're pitching him in the new way. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Vientos. So, but I mean, it would be really good for him to get a hit here. It's not just about how many hits you get, it's about when you get them. And he went fishing on that. That was way outside. He's upset with himself, and he should be. That was a bad pitch to swing at. All right, so we're going to the top of the 5th inning. And so, again, if you're just tuning in with us, you have not missed any of the real action here tonight yet because it's just a nothing game. I'm assuming Griffin Canning is coming out to pitch the 5th. His pitch count is 83. And then due up for the Blue Jays is Rodin, Bichette, and Guerrero Jr. So I think they're going to at least give him Rodin. And then maybe they'll give him, as long as the bases stay empty, maybe they give him, the next batter as long as he gets the previous batter out. I could see that being a possibility here. We'll see on that. On the Final Four game, it is still 71-68. Auburn's missing free throws. Down 3, and you're missed 2 free throws. Unbelievable. So 71-68 Florida, just under 2 minutes left to go. Like, the only reason people are calling for Brett Beatty's head and not calling for Vientos' head is simply because Vientos has a little more history. But let me just show you this here really quick. On the season, Beatty is hitting 067. Vientos is hitting 069. Jose Alexa is hitting 077. They're the highest batting average of the Mets right now currently is Pete Alonso at 269. Jesse Winker is 267 off of his 2 hits tonight. That is correct. That is correct, Midnight. And Vlad Guerrero Jr., son of Vladimir Guerrero. And they also, for a while, had Kevin Biggio, son of Craig Biggio. So they had 3 kids of former major leaguers. They all came up around the same time. However, Kevin Biggio, he has struggled. I don't even know if he's in the majors anymore right now. But Bo Bichette has been solid, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. has been a star. 73-68 with a minute and a half to go. Florida's got the lead. Right. And Sub-Zero, this is the problem that New Yorkers have, is they don't have time for underperformers. and then they give them away, and then 2 or 3 years later, they're like, oh, man, I wish we had him back. You know, the number of players I've seen New Yorkers push out of town that go and thrive in other areas. That is a base hit for Roden. So that is a leadoff hit. I wonder if that's going to be it for Canning here. I'm going to say as ball's grounded past Pete there, the way that water's spinning up off the grass looks super cool in slow-mo. They're going to let him in. I think that I'm going to say it right now. This is a mistake. At 87 pitches, third time through the lineup, this is a mistake. Maybe he'll get him. Prove me wrong. Yeah, isn't that cool? I love these kids of former major leaguers, especially when like they were in my lifetime. I'm still waiting. Where's Ken Griffey the third? Right? Like, there's senior, there's junior. Where's Ken Griffey the third? Oh, they just cut the stream. What happened to that? They just cut my baseball stream. There. All right, second runner on. Yeah, now they're pulling him. Well, I think that's one batter too late. There's zero reason. There was zero reason to leave. That was a little looper that went into center field. There was zero reason to have Canning pitch against Bo Bichette there. Bichette was a huge deal in Colorado. Yes, he was. Yep. Dante Bichette was a big deal. That's cool that you have his autograph. Now, if you can find his autograph, then go get his son's autograph and get them both on the same ball or whatever you have it on. That'd be super cool. That was a mistake. Because I said it ahead of time. There's just zero reason to have Canning face this lineup a third time through with a runner on. I mean, if he was facing Bichette with nobody on, now you're facing Vladdy with 2 runners on. And you're making some guy come in out of the bullpen cold, facing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with 2 runners on. It's like, I think that was a bad managerial decision there. I try to be patient, but to me, that's like one of those, I feel the moment. Florida looks like they're pulling away up 74-68 with 37, and they just scored 2 more. They're up by 8 with 37 seconds to go. 76-68. That is where we are at. 76-68 going on in the game. I won't put the next game starts after this one. I'm not going to put that game up the whole time, but if for some reason the Mets are still playing with 2 minutes left in that game and it's close, we can put that up too. They're still fouling even with 36 seconds left, 31 seconds left. Oh, they made a 3, 76-71. Auburn's still battling. Oh, Florida missed the free throw. Got a chance to put the game away, Florida. We're on commercial break. Florida cooking Auburn? Yeah, so far. You're old. That's true, too. Me, too. I'm old as well. You know, it's interesting. Like, when I was growing up, there are all these managers, and people would talk to me like, oh, I remember when he played. I'm like, I don't ever remember him playing. He's just a manager to me. And now I'm to the point where, like, almost every manager is like, oh, yeah, I watch all these guys play. Jose Buto in for the Mets. Auburn's trying to stay alive. They hit a 3 to get it within 5, but they are short on time. One ball, one strike, Vlad Guerrero Jr. This is danger zone. Danger zone for the Mets, whose offense has not been there at all tonight. Once again, go figure. Oh, yep, 76-71. Let's see. Guerrero Grounds it through the hole. It's going to score a run. Nimmo throws it to third. Yep. What a shame that was the decision. Much rather go after Bo Bichette with one runner on than bring in a reliever to Vlad Guerrero Jr. with two runners on. That was bad. I'm just saying. Set it right from the start before it even happened. It was the ground ball too, but it just found the hole. Not a fan. Not a fan of that decision there. .31 seconds left, 76-71, Florida cooking. The salamander, Anthony Santander, flies out to right. Bichette tags up, goes from second to third. That's the first out of the inning, but runners on first and third for the Blue Jays here. Soto makes a good play going away. Canning not too happy. I'd be more unhappy with your manager for not taking you out, Mr. Griffin. Peter Griffin. Yesterday, Reed Garrett came in and got a couple outs for Tyler McGill when he left with a couple runners on base. But that run will be charged to Griffin Canning, so he cannot get the win. He can only get the loss or the no decision on the game here. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Andres Jimenez. 2 balls, no strikes. I'm not sure if probably like timeouts or something. They're still saying it's 31 seconds left. That's 3-0. Don't want to walk here and load the bases up. Alejandro Kirk and George Springer are the next two due up. I know you definitely don't want to be facing George Springer with the bases loaded. There's a strike right down the middle. Grounded, barely foul down the right field line. Gators just turned the ball over. But then Auburn missed the 3. Florida got the rebound. They got fouled. So that's going to be pretty tough for Auburn to come back now. Throw over to first. Vlad Guerrero Jr. gets back. It is 1-0. Oh, I gotta update my banner here. Hold on. I gotta update my banner. Blue Jays won. Jimenez fouls another pitch back. .77-71. And then Florida fouls. Why are you fouling there at all, Florida? And Jimenez walks, and the bases are loaded. Jeremy Hefner coming out to the mound to talk to Jose Butto. This could turn into an absolute disaster inning for the Mets here. 18 seconds remain. So the Mets are definitely looking for the double play here for sure. Already one run in. All right, Alejandro Kirk offers at a really bad pitch. That's strike one. No balls, one strike. Bases loaded, top of the fifth. The Blue Jays have one run in. The Mets need to stop the bleeding right here. Ooh, Auburn just made a free throw, made two free throws. Down by 4, 18 seconds to go. That's high and inside. One ball and one strike. Man, we're following along with two games right now. Two games following along with the Final Four game as well. Auburn fouls. That's low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Budo needs to challenge him here. Oh, Florida missed a free throw. Kirk pops that foul. That's going to be out of play. There'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Florida hits this second. Oh, they missed both of the free throws, but then Florida gets the rebound. Are you kidding me? Missed 2, gets the rebound. 9 seconds remaining. Kirk goes down swinging, so there's the strikeout the Mets needed. What's my expectation for the Mets this season? Great question. The Mets. So I picked them to go to the World Series in an upset of the Dodgers. It will be an upset. They will not be favorites against the Dodgers. However, I would say anything less than getting to the National League Championship Series would be a disappointing season. So this is George Springer. This is a difficult batter here. 1 ball, no strikes to Springer. Springer goes fishing and misses. 78-73. Florida up by 5. Did I say Super Bowl? Or did you say Super Bowl? Who knows? I'm covering like sports all over the place right now. The World Series. Maybe I said Super Bowl. Or maybe you're joking. I don't even know. The brain is falling apart. There's a strike. If George Springer strikes out, oh, you did. I don't even know the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, midnight. If Springer gets called out on a strike that's out of the zone, he very well could go off and get ejected here. Grounds it. Gets past Vientos, but Lindor fields it, throws it, belts it on a hop to first, and barely gets Springer out at first. And the Mets survive that inning, only giving up 1 run. Is this game official? It is. Florida gets the win. I'll tell you what, their free throw shooting down the stretch was not looking good. Yes, Florida does win that game 79-73. So congratulations to the Florida Gators making it to the championship game. We might do a live watch along on that. We'll see. It depends on what time it is because my son has a game on Monday. How many home runs for Soto so far? He has 1 this season, right? Arnell, how was the game yesterday? I saw it was a back and forth affair. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Houston's kind of always been this team that's never quite gotten over the hump to get to the finals. I know Duke is the favorite, but it would be kind of fun to see Houston make it there. All right. Florida for the win. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for that. Yeah, so Houston. Let me we can cancel that. We can stop the screen share now. Get me big again. Big on your screen coming at you. All right, it is 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the fifth. The Mets need some offense here. I'm gonna start trying to find a streamer or two. We're gonna raid some other streamers here during the seventh inning. We'll probably start during the top of the seventh inning. We found one yesterday. It's hard because there's not as many baseball streamers as there are football streamers. And then the ones that we found, they also were on a couple of them had members only chat on or subscriber only chat, which doesn't really work for what we're trying to do. But we're going to find some other streamers if we can, and we're going to raid them. Brett, the current Met, Beatty, no ball, 2 strikes, has strikeout earlier. Mets are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. Ouch. That's super rough. Super rough. Beatty fouled that one off. That's a good foul off there. That was like on the – it's probably a ball, but it's too close to take. I really want to see Brett Beatty just get some get something going here. Oh, caught looking on that. That's a tough pitch there. That's probably challengeable. So, man, Beatty is just doing that. Soto needs a torpedo bat. And Verlander got knocked out after 3 innings. Giants walk off by Willie Adamus in the 11th. Yeah, I saw it went to extras. I was following. I was like, so rough game for Verlander, but a fun game for Giants fans to win that one in extras for sure. Was that the Giants home opener, right? I believe you said that it was. So. No balls and 2 strikes to Jose Alexa. And that's a strike. Jose Alexa goes down looking as well. Man, this Vientos, Alexa, Acuna, Beatty, they're all struggling hard to start the season. That's good. I hope you had an awesome day at the ballpark, Arnell. All right, I see one of our channel subscribers is streaming right now, so we're gonna raid over there for sure in a little bit. We got a fan running on the field here, maybe. We got a fan running on the field. They're not going to show it to us. Yeah, Mets making Bassett look invincible. They've done that for a couple of pitchers this season. We've made look like Cy Young. Mets are smiling. It must have been a good takedown. You're going to have to go look for that clip on YouTube later to see the fan run on the field. It got a smile out of Pete Alonso, so you know it was something good. All right. We had that delay for the fan running on the field, so no action going on. It's 1-2 to Hayden Sanger. Regardless, the top of the lineup will be coming up next, so maybe this inning be perfect time for Hayden Sanger to just pop a homer. 2-2 here. $73 pitches so far for Bassett, so he's still. And now we got a pitch com issue. Always something. Always something going on. Swing and a miss. Mets strike out in order. Bassett strikes out the side. So another rough offensive inning for the Mets. It is what it is, I suppose. Here we go to the top of the sixth. Like this is a game that you don't want to be behind. Just a cold night. Ball's not traveling far. Not the type of game you want to get down by a lot. So at least the Mets are within one. But even so, it's rough. It's rough for the Mets offense here tonight. And this consistency. So the Mets offense is going to need everybody from after 1, 2, and 3 to be able to do what they need to do to get on base on a more regular basis. So we are currently at commercial break. You're not missing anything. All right, so it is 1-0 Blue Jays. We are headed to the top of the sixth inning. You're currently on commercial break. You want to see the fan running? I know. Me too, Nadine. You're going to have to go to YouTube for that one. It's probably been posted already. It was good enough to get a smile out of Pete Alonso, so whatever it was, I'll see if I can find it here. No balls, 1 strike. Will Wagner batting. Yeah. Round to second. He picks it up, fields it, throws to first. Good play by Brett, the current Met Beatty. Miles Straw is up for the Blue Jays. All right, here we go. This is chopped up to the middle. Lindor gets it, fires over to first, gets him out at first. So there's 2 outs. Budo looking much better this inning than the previous inning. Sorry, it's just really hard to find streamers who are not subscriber only mode. And like I found one of our subscribers to our channel, but even he's got it on subscriber only mode. So I subbed to him, but you got to like wait for 2 minutes. It's because you don't want to have to deal with spammers and stuff like that. I understand, but we got somebody that we're going to raid for the top of the 7th inning. This ball is fouled out. This is Alan Roden, the 9-hitter for the Blue Jays here. So Mets are. I'm trying to find this fan running on the field. We'll see if we can. If I can find it, I will post it. Yeah, somebody already put it up. I'll post the link in the chat. This ball goes back to the wall, hits off the wall. Soto fields it, throws into second, but that's going to be a double for Roden. If you want to see the fan on the field, there's the link for the fan on the field. They don't have any views yet. Oh, I'm going to watch it here real quick. Wow, he had a good run. He took some selfies and then he gave up. And then they still slammed him anyway. That was what got the smile out of everybody. So he's running on the field. Taking selfies. All right, there's a visit at the mound right now. Here, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. We might as well watch it since somebody threw it up on YouTube here. Here's go. We'll show the fan running on the field. There he goes. There's the fan running on the field.
He's taking selfies while he's running.
And he gives up. And then they body slam him. This is the coverage you get here that you won't find anywhere else.
Well, he stayed out of this for a while.
All right. That's all that matters. All right, back to the game. Back to what really matters. And Bichette doubles down the left field line. It is 2-0 Blue Jays. See, that's what I get for showing another clip. It's 2-0 Blue Jays. Mets are going to a pitching change now. So, yeah, Budo wasn't super sharp tonight. It still goes back a little bit, I think, to not pulling Canning out as soon as he gave up the one run. So now this Mets offense, it's been dead all night. Now you got to score 2 to tie and 3 to try to win this game. It's going to be a tough assignment for the Mets here. We're on commercial break right now. Got a pitching change. It's Huascar Brazoban. He has been lights out for the Mets so far, but coming in to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Mets got to stop making pitching changes to bring guys in to face Vlad Guerrero Jr. as the first guy up. So, pitching change as we speak. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is up. Santander, the Salamander, is on deck. And Andres Jimenez, who we turned into Francisco Lindor in the hole. That is what we've got going on. You're on commercial break, so you're not missing any of the good action. We already showed you the fan running on the field, so that's all we have for that. So this game is not going the Mets' way yet. However, I do have faith at the top of our lineup can do damage. Just hasn't happened yet tonight. I believe the Mets are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's like the old Mets. We can't be doing that. So we're on commercial break right now. Huascar Brazoban is that was a good swing by Bichette. All right, first pitch is fouled away by Vlad Guerrero Jr. Huascar Brazoban. He is pitching here. No balls and 2 strikes. So good job by Brazoban. There are 2 outs, so you get Vladdy here. It's not too bad. He lines that. Jose Alexa runs in and makes the catch to get out of the inning. So the Jays score 1, but only 1. So that could have been a lot worse, just like the previous inning could have been a lot worse. This game could be going a lot better, but we cannot hit with runners in scoring position. So 3 pitches, Brazoban gets out of the inning. It is now going to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Blue Jays. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We, by the way, busted over the 150 subscriber mark today. So thank you, one and all alike, for helping us get there. So we got our eyes and sights set fully on 200. Fully on 200. So let's see if we can get to 200 by the end of April. For sure. April's my birthday month, by the way. Best month of the year, in my opinion. It used to be when baseball actually started. That's not true anymore since we started March, but It's when baseball really gets going. It's when the snow melts in most places, except the really crazy places like Wisconsin, where I used to live. Spring is here. So in case you missed it earlier, the Florida Gators did defeat the Auburn Tigers in the SEC showdown. Houston versus Duke is scheduled to start at 9:28. We'll see exactly when that goes on. We'll at least keep our eye on it. Let's do this. We haven't done a full baseball scoreboard update in quite a while. And so a lot of games that started right when the Mets game did are roughly where the Mets game is, or even slightly further. This has been a slow-moving game kind of overall for the amount of scoring. Anyway, Tampa Bay Rays, Texas Rangers are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cincinnati finally found some offense, winning 10-5 over Milwaukee. That's bottom 7. The Miami Marlins are beating the Braves for us, which is great. Let's keep the Braves losing after they won their first game of the year. Let's have them keep losing. Lindor grounds that to second. He is thrown out easily. At first, there's one out here in the bottom of the 6th. The Colorado Rockies are beating the Athletics 3-1, top of 4. And Seattle Mariners and San Francisco Giants are tied. Nothing. And that game just underway. Top of the 1st, Seattle got an early base runner. Leadoff runner got on. Nobody out. Top of the 1st, runner on first. This is Juan Soto. Gets a first pitch strikes. Soto does not look 100% comfortable quite yet. Yes, we are 100% playing poorly. No argument there. The Mets, this is not a great game by the Mets so far. However, you don't have to win pretty. You just have to win. So let's see what the Mets can put together. We're still blooping a blast to tie it up, so we will take that. Softly grounded to short by Soto, and he is thrown out. And there's 2 quick outs here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I got to show this to you guys because they're using I'm a baseball card guy, so they're using old. This is 86 Topps. They're using it to introduce stats. This is super cool. I'm sure it's sponsored by Topps. Yeah, it is because they have the Topps name on there. But just check this out. It's just a pause screen share for you guys. So for those of you that remember what that looked like, right? That's the 86 Topps. So they're giving, just like a baseball card on there. Super cool. Totally vibe that. I totally vibe that. Super cool graphic that SNY is using this year. That's the way to do a sponsorship. Make it seamless and a 30-year-old bubble gum and tastes like rubber. Yeah, some of those. I'll watch some of those guys who open old stock and sometimes they eat the gum. Sometimes they say it looks nasty. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pete the Met. That's outside. Pete lays off. That's the pitch that he's been laying off on. He's been seeing so many more good pitches because he's been able to lay off the bad pitches. So I want to raid this guy's channel because he's a subscriber to us, but he's on subscriber only mode. Okay, so here's what I need you guys to do because you got to subscribe for 2 minutes to post. If you want to join us in the raid, he's a Mets streamer, another Mets streamer. So don't post yet. We're gonna raid him in a couple minutes. But you got to subscribe for 2 minutes. So we're gonna jump his subscriber count. Just do that now. Here's the link. If you're watching on horizontal, you got the link. So subscribe. Don't post yet. We're gonna come back and raid him in the 7th inning. But you got to be a subscriber for 2 minutes. Pete flies this one out to right field. So this guy, he subscribes and he posts on our channel, sometimes hangs out with us too. So go subscribe over there, but don't post anything yet, okay? You can like open a separate tab or something like that. You got to be a subscriber for 2 minutes. All right, we're going to do some raids. We're going to raid a couple of creators here. All right, and I'm going to post the link in the chat shortly we're going to raid somebody else first, but go subscribe to that first one if you want to. If you want to participate with us, we're just going to go raid some other creators. This is something Tom Grossi does for football, and he was a big help to getting my other channel monetized, and we want to kind of just pay it forward as best as we can now while we're small, and we'll just keep doing as we get larger and larger. 7th inning raids, 7th inning stretch time. And so if you want to participate with us, go ahead and subscribe. It is Travis Berg Jr., that's his name. And he's a subscriber to our channel. And we're going to rate him in a little bit, so don't post yet. Just go subscribe to his channel. That's all you need to do right now. I just said a good evening to him earlier, make sure that it would work. Okay, so hit the subscribe over on Travis Berg Jr. We're going to go over there shortly. Before we do that, we're going to let me get set over here because I'm still new to doing all this here, but let me get this. All right, here we go. So I'm going to post the link. This is all going to be on the horizontal chat. I'm going to get everything. Get everything ready here. All right, here we go. So here's the link for the first raid. I'm going to post it. There it is. This is the first raid. Oh, wait, they went to subscriber-only mode as well? Are you kidding me? They weren't on subscriber-only mode. All right. Hold on. That's a fail. That's a fail. They weren't on subscriber-only mode like 10 minutes ago. Let me see. They have a vertical stream. Let's see if this one. It's the same guy. They just have a vertical and a horizontal. Can we not be on subscriber-only mode? Oh, they want subscriber-only on both. You kidding me? All right. Well, hopefully then you've already subbed. Hopefully you've subbed here. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to raid. This is the same link that we did before. Okay. So there's the link. You can raid. Send some love. Say something positive, encouraging. Hit the like on their stream. You've already subscribed, obviously, if you're posting over there. Give them some love. Send them some hearts. There we go. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for participating with it. Sharing the love. Spread the love. Ah, you're a sub over there also, Jonathan. Awesome. Thank you guys for raiding with us. It's really hard. All right. Thank you guys who chose to raid. It's really hard to find baseball streamers. It's just a hard batch. And then a lot of them, like we had one all set up, and then I checked it, it was good. And then he threw on subscriber only mode at a certain point. Such a bummer. All right, well, going back to midnight here. Sorry, the only baseball cards I've left unopened Upper Deck Colorado Rockies inaugural season pack. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. I got to go to Florida. They were the Florida Marlins at the time. I got to go to inaugural season for them. Got to go. I don't know if I still have the ticket stub somewhere, but I did have it once upon a time. Kirk hits this ball to third. Vientos throws it to second. Relay to Beatty. Not in time. They're going to check to see if Pete was able to keep his foot on the bag, and the Mets are going to challenge it. It's close enough. There's one out. Definitely got the out at second. Ooh, that's close. Hey, no problem, Travis. No problem. Tried to. Yeah, the Mets bats suck right now. That's okay. At least it's close. At least the pitching's keeping it close. That's an out. I think that's an out at first. Hey, I think that's going to be called. I think it's going to be overturned. That was a really tough turn by Beatty. So you got to give Beatty props there when he hits it. I think that's going to be a double play. Mets are running off the field before they've even ruled it. And they're like, he's out. Yep, he's out. Yeah, good job. Good. That's a tough turn by Beatty and a great job by Pete to hold the bag there. So, anybody criticizing that throw? Yep, definitely out. So, no, we tried to prep some people and get them to sub ahead of time. So hopefully, send a little love over to your channel, Travis. Thanks for being a great supporter over here. I'm amazed. There's so few baseball streamers compared to football streamers. So we're gonna make this a thing. You and I rise to the top. Sometime, Travis. We'll figure out how to do a collab sometime. I'm on the paid tier. I gotta see, but I think there's a way that we can do a dual stream, and both of us stream separately to our own channels. So, which is kind of cool because then we're both getting watch hours and stuff like that. I mean, it looks like you're already monetized, but watch hours still means something for me over here. But it still gets subscriber count and people can go back and forth. So we'll connect here in the next couple of weeks. I got to get past tax season. So, but yeah, get past tax season, get my taxes filed here in the next week or so, and then hopefully things will free up just a little bit with it and get past all these Miami Marlins games because I'm in the local zone for MLB TV, so I don't get to see any of those. So, yeah, I know. Awesome. Congrats on that, by the way, too. Cool. Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, I think I have everything that I need to do. I am monetized on my other channel. I'm just not monetized on my sports channel yet. So, yeah, but wish you well with the streaming, and hopefully we can get baseball streaming to the next level here. It's like when you stream a football game, obviously there's a lot more baseball games than football games, but when you stream a football game, man, there's like 30, 40 people streaming the game. If it's Monday Night Football, there's upwards of like 50 to 100 people streaming football. So I just find it's crazy. It's like hard to find creators to raid. So appreciate it so much. So, all right, I think I'm like a full inning behind here. Hold on my banner. We got to change this over here. Bottom 7. Got to get Bassett out of the game. We got to get into this bullpen here. Nimmo, that's not the approach that you want here, Nimmo. Come on, Nimmo. First pitch, swinging. 86 pitches. I mean, this is probably Bassett's last inning, but man, I'd like to get him out before then. For sure. Like, let's get him out of here. All right, Jesse Winker is our best shot. He's got the double and the triple. All right. Flies this one out to right field. It's going to be just out of play. 1 ball and 1 ball, 2 strikes, I believe. Can't remember what the count was. Maybe it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Whew. Starting to see numbers everywhere. Going blurry. Blurry. All right, Jesse Winker. Let's go, Wink. That's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. New York Mets are trying to figure out how to break through against the Blue Jays and specifically against Chris Bassett here. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. They're down 2-0. Their pitching has kept them in this game. Winker grounds out to Bichette. Good play. And he is retired. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mets batters are just going nowhere fast. Smarky V. Vientos has 2 strikeouts tonight. He's hitting a beautiful 0.69 on the season. Slightly better than Beatty's 0.63 and slightly worse than Jose Alexa's 0.71. This is just a dismal bottom of the lineup. There we go. There's a line drive for Vientos. Woo! That was 17 straight retired by Bassett. Finally a single. That's the first Mets single at Citi Field this season. That's a crazy stat. Oh, they're taking Bassett out for Brett Beatty. Brett the Threat. Brett the Threat Beatty. That's who's coming up. Brett the Threat Beatty. Oh, man. Brett Beatty, you have a narrative turning opportunity right now. You have the opportunity right now with a good at-bat to get some Mets fans off your back. In the very least, if you're the Mets, you want to try to get through Hayden Sanger this inning. You want to try to turn this lineup over. Mets have a runner on first. Swaggy Mark V. Swaggy V. He just got his first single this year in Citi Field. So all day yesterday and today. They've all only been extra base hits. So there's 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. It's a pitching change. It's Yimi. Is it Yimi Garcia? I'm not sure exactly how to say it. I haven't heard them say it yet. Yimi or Yimi Garcia. Brett Beatty is up. Jose Alexa on deck, and in the hole, Hayden Sanger. This is not necessarily a great scoring opportunity yet, but being that this is the first exciting thing to talk about on the offense in about like 5 innings, we're absolutely going to take it. This is the opportunity. This is it. This is the chance, Brett Beatty. Change the narrative. I'm so big on this in sports. The narrative is only the narrative based on the past. And your present and your future, you can always change it. And so Brett Beatty needs to change the narrative, no doubt. And this is how you do it. Yimi Garcia. Beatty swings and misses at the first pitch here. No balls, 1 strike. Beatty fouls that one back. Oh, ball, no balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Beatty. Change that narrative, Beatty. Do it for me. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. Let's go, Brett Beatty, baby. Brett the Threat, Beatty. Come on. Come on, Brett. Come on, Brett. Let's go, Brett. Here's the pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Beatty cracks one. He ripped one down the right field. Vientos is going to go first and third. Brett Beatty come through. There he goes. Vientos and Beatty get back-to-back hits. Is that the first time this season? That's what I'm talking about, Brett. Good job. Good form. Good swing. Change that stinking narrative, Brett Beatty. Change the narrative. Let's go, Brett the Threat. That's what it is. From this point forward, we're going to go Brett the Threat, Beatty. Forget Brett the Met. He's now Brett the Threat. Let's go, Tevin. Let's go. Brett the Threat, Beatty. All right, this is Jose Alexa. Jose Alexa at the plate here. In the very least, this turns the lineup over unless we ground into a double plays. It's 1 out. Or no, there's 2 outs. Sorry, 2 outs. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. So we got to get Sanger up if we want to turn the lineup over here. Come on. I'm going to put that back up, Tevin. That wasn't up long enough. Let's go. That's inside. 3 balls and no strike. Let's load him up. Load him up. Are we doing it? We're doing it. We're bringing out Rally Pig. Got to do it. Right here. Right here. Right now. Rally Pig is coming out. We need him. We need you, Rally Pig. High ball 4. That's a walk. That's a walk, baby. Bases loaded. All right, we're getting a pinch hitter. Starling Marte. Start Mart. Start Mart is coming in. So guess what? What's my score prediction? Let's go 4-2 Mets. Let's go 4-2 Mets. Let's go Starling Marte grand salami right here, and the bullpen holds it. How about that? Let's go with it. And if it's not, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's go for a 4-2 game. We got the Rally Pig out. I mean, if Rally Pig can't do it here, I don't know. We're in trouble. This is it. This is the threat. This is where we got to come through. So Hayden Sanger is out of the game, which means Luis Torrens, who was a late scratch. I mean, I want to believe. I want to believe. Marte is 1 for 2 in his career against Yimi Garcia. Marte's a professional hitter, so I want to believe. I want to believe. This is the best threat we've had all day. Let's go. Come on. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Marte, professional hitter. Might have to revise the prediction of a home run here. I don't know. But he's a professional hitter. And you got Lindor on deck, so you know he wants to challenge him. But, man, I don't like being behind 0-2. That's not fun. That is not fun. 10K if New York wins. Man, that's crazy. Good luck with that. Good luck. He grounds it. Pitcher is able to pick it. Oh, Rally Pig, you're 0 for 2 today. Oh, Marte. He almost got it past the pitcher. He could have beat that out for infield single. All right, well, sorry, you're going to have to sweat this one a little bit harder here. So it's still 2-0 going to the top of the 8th. All right, well, the only good news is that does at least turn the lineup over. So it's going to be Lindor, Soto, Alonso in the 8th leading off, which is ideal, right? You want to take the lead in the 8th. I know that was, well, I can't post that one, Jonathan. Got to keep it family friendly, but yeah. Got to keep it family friendly, but man, that was a great opportunity. So Vientos and Beatty both came through. Brett Beatty's batting average is now over 100. He's hitting 118 on the season. And Mark Vientos is hitting a flat 100, probably 2 for 20 would be my guess. That's psychologically, though, that's great for both of those guys. And that was a pressure situation for Beatty, too. Like, I'm not saying that's enough to keep him in the big leagues and get the fans off his back, but that was a good at bat, and it was 2 strikes too. Like, I mean, so that was a really good at bat for Beatty there, and a good at bat for Vientos to break. So it's unfortunate the Mets couldn't score there, but if you're looking for silver linings and stuff, that's one thing you can be looking at here. Let's do a full scoreboard update here. Cincinnati is leading the Brewers 10-7. That's top of the 9th. So a nice offensive explosion. Miami Marlins are ahead of the Braves 4-0. Bottom of the 8th. Braves have a runner on 3rd with 2 outs. Rockies lead the Athletics 3-1. Seattle San Francisco is 0-0. And Cleveland, and my surprise pick to make the playoffs, Los Angeles Angels. They are in warm-up, about to get started here shortly. So Brazaban is up. George Springer's at the plate. Springer's had a rough night. No balls and 2 strikes to Springer. Nothing personal, Jonathan. I gotta keep it clean in here though, just because of our goal and our target audience here. So I think the Mets' struggle tonight was not working the pitch counts well enough on Bassett. Alan Springer's retired. Will Wagner at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. That's out. Wow, that was outside. That was a ball called a strike. This, if you look at the report card for tonight, there's going to be a lot of missed pitches for this ump tonight, both ways. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch to Wagner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brazaban looking good tonight. We really need to hold them here. That's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It is 2-0 Blue Jays, top of the 8th. The Mets need to take the lead here. In the bottom of the 8th. And so we really, because it's Lindor. Yep, absolutely. And I mean, everybody, all the pitchers have done a pretty good job. I think the biggest blunder was leaving Canning in after for Bo Bichette, after he gave up the base runner. That's fouled off by Wagner down the first base line. As I did not like leaving Canning in with a runner on base at that point in the game. facing the lineup the third time through. I just felt there was zero need to do that. I'd much rather have a fresh arm come in, someone who diving stop by Alonzo Brazaban gets the bag on time. That was a great play by Pete and really a good job by Brazaban to get there in time. That's what oh man, he barely got that. It almost went off the heel of his glove. Great throw from his knees. Beautiful play by Pete. I'm not saying Pete's a gold glover, but I appreciate how much Pete keeps working to get better in every phase of his game. The way he's taking more pitches at the plate, the way he continues to work at his defense. This is popped up into shallow right field. And the side is retired. That's a great inning. All right. I'm going to just tell you right now, that is our rock-solid relief performance is Huascar Brazaban. He gets it today. This is my pet rock that I made. My pet rock, I'll show you over here. Made this in kindergarten. Still surviving all these years later. His eyes fell off many, many years ago. Rock-solid relief performance goes to Huascar Brazaban. So, awesome job today, Brazaban. He's had some other great games too. We'll give him some props in the chat. Rock solid relief performance. There it is. That was absolutely what the Mets needed right there. All right, so we are headed. We'll get the banner updated here. We're headed to the bottom of the eighth. It is 2-0. The Mets have 1, 2, and 3 in the order due up. So if you want to win this game, this is the inning you want to do it. You do not want to wait for the bottom of the ninth when it's going to be the middle to the bottom of your order. I understand that, Vientos and Beatty both got hits, but I don't want this game in their hands. This is what you pay the big money for these three guys for. This is the time for them to show up. This is what we're looking for. So I wonder if you're going to see. So the Mets have two guys left on the bench. Luis Angel Acuna, Tyrone Taylor. That's who's left. Most of the bullpen is available other than Max Kranick and A.J. Minter, I believe. Everybody else is available. Specifically, Edwin Diaz is available. I think if the Mets tie it up, obviously if they take the lead, Soto needs to bring it home. Or in the very least, needs to get on base. Brendan Little is the pitcher for the Blue Jays. Brendan Little. So we head here, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's bring it. All right. We're gonna do something. Usually we wait for something to happen. We're not gonna wait. This is our third try for Rally Pig for the night. So we're gonna go. We're trying Rally Pig. 2 balls and no strikes. Great. Great start to this at bat for Lindor, being patient. You want to make him pitch a lot of pitches. He's got to face 3. Means he's got to face. Imagine coming in from the bullpen. You got to face Lindor, Soto, Alonso. That's 3-0. 3-0. So we're not going to wait to bring Rally Pig out. Rally Pig. All right, we're going to post it too. We're posting the Rally Pig. Let's go. Let's go. And that's a 4-pitch walk. Beautiful. Patience. That's absolutely what you need right here. You just need what I say to a little league team when we're in a situation like this is we need hitters, not heroes, right? We're not looking for the hero. We're just looking for hitters who are going to get on base, get progress, get moving. All right. Soto's 0 for 3, but you don't have Soto. You don't need him to get a hit every at bat. You need him to lock in when it matters most. Here we go. 5 straight balls. Yep, that would be the ideal here. Or even, you could go Soto double, Pete double. There you go. 2 balls and no strikes. 6 straight balls. I mean, I don't fault Little. I wouldn't want to pitch to any of these guys. They're already going to do a mound visit here. Obviously, this is not what the Blue Jays want, but this is now some of it is like pitching, right? Chris Bassett's a great pitcher, and he pitches amazing against the Mets. So some of it's that, but you also have to work the count. They're just stalling for time. They're trying to get their pitcher ready. I mean, ideally, the other thing is just walk the bases loaded, let Nimmo come up, trying to just get a single to tie the game that way too. There's lots of ways that this can go really well for the Mets. Let me just readjust everything here. So we got, he's the star of the show. Rally Pig is the star of the show. It's not about me right now. It's all about Rally Pig. Ooh, checks the swing. That looked like a ball, but he has consistently been calling that outside pitch a strike. If this had been a real game, there would have been so many, not a real game. If the ABS system had been in play, obviously this is a real game. Had the ABS system been in play this game, there would have been so many challenges. Oh, they're going to call that a strike too. That one probably was a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lindor on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Mets are down 2-0. Little is pitching for the Blue Jays. Soto is up for the Mets. Pete Alonso on deck. Soto gets it through the hole. Lindor's going to hold up at second. Soto did exactly. And here's the thing. People be like, oh, Soto, he just hit a single. Do you not understand that in this situation, that is exactly what you're supposed to be doing? Drive the ball up the middle. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm telling you, it is so hard when you have 2 strikes on you to be able to drive the ball like that hard enough to get it through the infield. Exactly. And that's what you're looking for there. Is you're looking for a professional at bat. All right, here we go. So we got runners on first and second, nobody out. Pete takes the first pitch, a ball. Or sorry, a strike down the middle. Wow. Getting tired. I need food. I didn't eat supper before this stream. I need food. Pete, check swing, and they're going to say he went on that. Pete's been really good at holding off on those pitches, but that one got him. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Little has to face Pete. They can make a pitching change after Pete because he has to face 3 batters. Nimmo on deck, Winker in the hole. That one's outside. Pete does not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. Pete's been going opposite field too, so I'd be looking to just kind of launch something out towards right field. Go with the pitch. Oh, they get a disengagement. I like it. I like Lindor being that distraction on second. Cause Little to step off. All right, we are 100% all about Rally Pig here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pete Alonso at the plate. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. That one's in the dirt. Pete holds off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a good block for the catcher. So Pete is trying to be patient, trying not to chase. It's so hard because you know Pete wants to put this into play. And Pete goes down swinging on that pitch. So that's the first out of the inning. You're invincible. You just ate a whole double meat Qdoba burrito in your car and didn't spill anything. Hey, that is like Hall of Fame worthy midnight. I mean, to me, that's just like an immediate burrito eating Hall of Fame induction. We had my wife made breakfast quesadillas this morning. It was pretty good. So we did like a tortilla, cheese, and then she cooked up a fried egg and then just put it inside and then just ate it with like salsa and sour cream. It was the first time I ever had it. It was amazing. Brandon Nimmo is at the plate. So to actually get these runs home, we are going to depend on someone who's not in our top 3. Nimmo's 0 for 3 on the day, but I'm okay having Nimmo up in this spot. I like him here. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Nimmo cracks it. This is going deep. Oh, it's not quite deep enough. He's able to track it down. Lindor is able to tag up and go to third. Man. Almost. He just. It's a good play by Straw to get there. Oh, man. He almost got it. All right. Jesse Winker. That's what the Mets are down to here. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. There's still 2 runners on. Yes, it was very good. All right, I got to put Rally Pig back up on the screen. Let's go, Rally Pig. Rally Pig is 0 for 2 tonight as well. If he can't come through here, he's got to come out for the 9th as well. Foul ball. No balls, 1 strike on Jesse Winker. Do you think we see Edwin Diaz here, even if the Mets are down? Because there's no save situation anyway. Or do you save him for extras in case the Mets tie it up? I mean, if the Mets tie it up, you definitely bring in Diaz. If the Mets have the lead, of course you bring it in. But I'm just wondering, do you bring in Edwin no matter what here? Winker checks a swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was close. I feel like the Mets have gotten kind of the raw end of the deal on a lot of these check swing calls so far this year, though, so I don't mind one going our way. All right, so here we are, bottom of the 8th inning. Jesse Winker needs to come through. Oh, we got more PitchCom issues. All this wet moisture, I guess, messing with all the PitchCom stuff tonight. Old fan yells at cloud. I still don't like PitchCom. Still don't like it. I'm old school. Go the old school signals. I just feel like, here's the way I feel. I'd be willing to do this compromise. No PitchCom timeouts. You have to have the signals ready to go in case PitchCom goes out. Like, to me, every PitchCom issue either should be like swings and a miss. That was a bad pitch to swing at. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Winker. I just feel like if your PitchCom doesn't work, then you just gotta. It should just be seamless. There should be. I should never know as a fan that you're having PitchCom issues. All right, let's see what. Winker rips it. It's high. It's deep. It's off the wall. Bounces away. Lindor scores. Soto scores. Winker get the second triple of the night. Riley Pink through. Jesse Winker, it's a tie ball game. That's how we do it. Riley Pink. Riley Pink. No. It was almost an inside the park home run. I think he's shaken up on the play. Winker's last triple was in 2021. He has 2 in this game. I think it's unfortunate, but Winker watched the ball a little bit, and I wonder if he had just run right out of the box, if he could have had an inside the park home run. All right. What a hit. That was maybe the most clutch hit. I don't know. Pete has had a couple of clutch home runs this season too. We got to update this here. That's Winker's second triple of the game. There we go. It is 2-2. I've updated the ticker, so it's official. Man, what a beautiful. I do wonder, man, if he had not watched that ball. Rally Pig has come through. Rally Pig is 1 for 3 on the night. One for 3. 2 RBIs. He gets RBIs. He gets credit. That's how we'll do it. He gets credit for any runs that score while he's in the game. Rally Pig, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the night. All right, so it's a whole new ball game. That's the thing, and this is where. So first of all, like just as a baseball fan, I kind of feel bad for Chris Bassett because he pitched an amazing game, and of course he doesn't get the win. So it is tied. We're at a pitching change right now, so you're not missing any action. Don't worry. Rally Pig has come through. Finally, he was 0 for 2. First 2 times we brought Rally Pig out, but he came through when we need him the most. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He's been good. He's been good this season. And he came out this inning with nobody on base. We just brought him out right from the start. So try to save it for the innings where we really need it. Save the Rally Pig power. So it's 2-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. There are 2 outs. There is a runner on third. They're pulling George Springer out of this game, too. He was injured on that last play. Springer has had a rough game. I mean, he plays hard. He went for that ball. Springer had some rough calls at the plate, and he's a baller. He's a gamer. I know he's like the type of guy who looks like he could get into a fist fight at any time. But, I mean, wish him well. Don't ever want to see guys get injured on the field. So, but Springer is out of the game at this point. All right, so Mark Vientos, Swaggy V, he got a hit his last at bat. So did Brett Beatty. So nobody get on me about Brett Beatty when his batting average is still ahead of Vientos. But here's Vientos has a chance. Any hit scores a run. That's all you got to do here. Hit scores a run, takes the lead. Got to imagine that Diaz is warming up here. I think you have to pitch Diaz here. Whether the Mets take the lead or not, I think Diaz has to pitch. And if they do, hopefully they'll show his new entrance. This is like a side-arming guy. This is Nick Sandlin. 1 ball, 1 strike to Vientos. Yep, there he is. Edwin is warming up. I don't know if you leave Brazaban in. That's your other option because Brazaban's pitching well as well. Vientos swung at a bad pitch out of the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, Vientos is going to step out here, take his time out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Mets have tied it up. It is a 2-2 game. D-Rels, how's it going? We got Rally Pig out, and the Mets have tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. As soon as we got Bassett out of the game. Oh, good hold. Good take by Vientos. That was just outside. That was a better pitch than the one he just swung at, so that was a really good take by Vientos there. Vientos goes down swinging. So that is going to end the inning. We are going to the top of the 9th. It is a 2-2 game. We will see if Brazaban comes out or if Edwin Diaz comes out. Brazaban's pitch count. Let me get you that because that's something we can watch. He's at 25 pitches, but he is able to do multi-inning relief. He has already, how many innings has he done? He's already done 2 1/3. So I doubt they're going to let him see anybody 2 times through the lineup. We'll see if the Mets make the call to the bullpen here or not. Yeah, like that's the thing. That's what I like about Jesse Winker is, you know, it's not like he's going to hit 400 or 300 necessarily, but he's a gamer. And when the game is on the line, that's when Winker can step up. So I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of that. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to make any. We're on commercial break. So far, they're not reporting a pitching change yet for the Mets. That's what we're watching for. Due up. Maybe they're going to let him face Rodin. That's probably what I would do. Alan Rodin, their 9-hitter, is due up first. And then after that is Bichette and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Nope, it is. They are making the change. Edwin Diaz is coming into the game. Edwin Diaz is coming into the game. So we've got our trumpets. All right. So we got our trumpets out. Trumpets are out for Edwin Diaz. So we are good to go. I don't know if they're going to show the intro. If not, you're going to have to find that on YouTube as well. I hear it in the background. We got our trumpets. All right. Well, this starts. You've got to get Rodin out because you want to face. First pitch is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. You got to get Rodin out because you want to face Bichette and hopefully Vlad Guerrero Jr. with nobody on. That ball is pop foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edwin Diaz in the game. It is a 2-2 game. Now, why do you bring Edwin Diaz in here? Well, namely, there is no more save situation that the Mets can be in. Okay, when you're the home team, checks the swing. Does he get him? He does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the only way you can have a save situation if you're the home team is if you're leading going into the top of the 9th. After that, there is no save situation, so you might as well use your closer in the highest leverage situation. And I believe this is the right call. You could have argued to let Brazaban face Rodin and then bring in Diaz, but I think bring Diaz in at the top of the inning is fine too. Called strike 3. That was inside, but that ump's been missing that call all night. At least he's consistently missing it, so there's 1 out. That's got to help Edwin just to get that out of the way. Yeah, that's a ball. Good framing there, but that's a ball all day. But he's been calling that pitch a strike both sides of the plate. You do not want to see this scorecard. tonight. That ball is slightly inside. That's just as inside as the last pitch. It's called a ball. So 1 ball, no strike. Leadoff hitter, the first in the order, at least not the leadoff hitter. Bo Bichette at the plate. That's in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. I still want to see Diaz go after Bichette here. You don't want to walk Bichette to get to Vlad Guerrero Jr., that's for sure. Your whole goal, got him to swing at that pitch. Got him on the fastball. That was clearly a ball as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's ripped to right field. That's going to fall in for a hit. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. is going to come up with a runner on. I do like how he went after him, though. I mean, you don't want to walk him. It was not a strong hit. It was kind of off the fists a little bit. But Bo Bichette, that's why he's the leadoff hitter. Kept his bat inside. So there's a runner on first. 2-2, top of the 9th. Vlad Guerrero Jr. does have 1 hit on the day. He's 1 for 4. First pitch is low, a little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mets just scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to tie it up. Edwin Diaz is in the game because there is no more save situation. Edwin steps off to do a fake throw over. And he throws over again, so that's it. So Diaz, if he throws over again or disengages again, he's gotta get him out. So gotta imagine Bichette's going to be very aggressive here. That's inside. I mean, Bichette wants to doesn't want him to, they don't want to walk Vlad, so they want to give him a little time, but slider to the mound. Diaz is not going to be able to field it, though. It's going to be 2 on with 1 out. Now, that was probably the least damaging hit. Yeah, it's going to be a tough play for Diaz. It was going to be a tough play for Lindor as well. It was really softly hit. All right. So this is a little dangerous. Diaz is not pitching poorly. Both of the hits were relatively weak off the fist, so he's jamming them. But sometimes you can jam a hitter and they're just strong enough to still do it. If it's probably true because Vlad was slow out of the box because he got jammed. He probably would have been out at first, and Bichette was going to make it to second no matter what on that. This is a rough situation for Diaz here. He's got to figure out how to power through. That first pitch is a strike. That's that same pitch. No one's liked that pitch call. No balls, 1 strike. Looking for a ground ball or a strikeout. That ball's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Salamander, Santander, the Salamander. If you want to say it with a nice southern accent, Santander, the Salamander. Here's the pitch. Nice swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He was looking for the fastball. He didn't get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is 1 out. Grounded foul, kind of an excuse me, stay alive swing by the Salamander here. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edwin Diaz, he's pitching well. He is pitching well. They're just a couple of excuse me base hits. Looking for a strikeout or a double play. That's what we're looking for here. It's 2-2 game, top of the 9th. Got a Let's Go Mets chant going on. Another foul ball. They're making Diaz work here, too. 16 pitches already. You got him swinging. All right, 2 outs. Andres Jimenez. It was a beautiful pitch. Got him with a fastball. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So if you've been worried about Diaz's pitching velo, no issues. That first pitch is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, Luis Torrens is in the game, catching for the Mets now. Hayden Sanger started. They pinch hit for him with Starling Marte at an opportunity the Mets weren't able to convert, but Torrens came in. There's a swing and a miss. Torrens thought about throwing down to first. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diaz, this is where you want to be. When you're Diaz, and if you're cheering for Diaz, when you get him 1 ball, 2 strikes, he can throw that pitch in the dirt 2 times if he wants, or he can go fastball high. You got lots of options here. Then all you need to do is score 1 run in the bottom of the 9th to win the game. Let's see what we can do. Let's go. Come on, Diaz. Another foul ball. The Blue Jays are doing a good job of fouling off and spoiling some good pitches, but 21 pitches for Diaz. This is going to be I can't imagine he's going to pitch more than 1 inning if we go extras. This is it. This is why he's in here. That's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see the splitter here. We'll see. Feel like that high pitch, high and outside, set up for the splitter. Let's see what he wants. All right, the ball gets passed. That pitch went behind Jimenez. Both runners are moving up. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jimenez, it's amazing he didn't get hit by that pitch. This is a 94-mile-an-hour slider. Runners are on 2nd and 3rd now. 2 outs. Strike it out! Yeah! Trumpets comes through once again. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, Diaz did his job. A little scary. But what fun is baseball if it's not a little scary every now and then? So the Mets are coming up. There's a chance for some guys to be heroes that you would not expect. Brett the Threat Beatty. Let's see if I can find a nice succinct it's Beatty, Jose Alexa, Luis Torrens. And you cannot pinch hit for Torrens. You could pinch hit for Siri if you want to bring in Tyrone Taylor. You have that option. You could pinch hit for Brett Beatty, but I don't think you can do that here. Since Beatty already just got to hit his last at bat, you need to give him the chance to build on that confidence. So I would not be surprised if we see Tyrone Taylor here. But Brett the Threat Beatty could become a hero. This is a narrative-changing opportunity here. All right. I mean, I think we got nothing better to do. We got to bring out Rally Pig one more time. Got to bring out Rally Pig. We got no other options. I'm going to stand up here for the night. We're going to raise the desk up here. We're going to raise the desk. We got Rally Pig up. I'm ready to stand, ready to cheer. I've been sitting for a while here. This is as high as the desk goes. Nice to have one of these adjustable desks for sure. All right, so this is it, guys. This is the opportunity that the Mets have to win this game right here. It is 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Edwin Diaz just came through. The Mets offense came through in the bottom of the eighth to tie it up. Nick Sandlin is the pitcher. Brett the Threat Beatty is at the plate. First pitch is a strike. No balls, one strike. Let's go, Brett. Grounds that one foul. So quickly behind 0-2, but he was behind 0-2 last at bat too. He was able to come through. Let's see what we got here. Jose Alexa on deck. I'm going to throw Rally Pig up on the screen. That's outside. A really good take by Beatty there. That was a hard pitch to lay off. Let's go, Beatty. Change the narrative, Beatty. Brett the Threat, Beatty. Not Brett the Met, Brett the Threat. Let's go. Let's go, Brett. That's outside as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good patience by Beatty. Your job, right? You're the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the ninth inning in a tie game. Your job is to find a way to get on base any way possible. Whatever you got to do. That's inside. Good patience by Beatty. You're at the game, BX, right now? Well, cheer on Brett the Threat for me. So, yeah, I mean, it's a cold, rainy day for sure. Here we go. 3-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch. Beatty, that was probably ball 4, but that's a tough pitch to take there. So he rips it foul. So it's going to remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I'm glad that you're at the game, though. I mean, it looks like it's pretty rocking, at least the camera shots we're seeing. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Brett the Threat. He grounds it to second. Oh, don't boo him there. He was part of the rally the last inning. Come on, don't do that. That was a good at-bat because he worked the pitch count up. All right. Jose Alexa at the plate. Followed by Luis Torrens on deck. And then if you can get one base runner, you get Lindor to the plate here. That pitch is a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, your job here, one job, get on base. Turn this lineup over. Another good take on the outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Jose Alexa, we can't say his real name because it triggers my phone. Jose Alexa. All right, here we go. 2 balls, no strikes. I like the patience. Brett Beatty showed patience, even though he grounded out. 6-pitch at bat. That's a slider for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. I like the patience. Your job is to try to figure out, get him to pitch pitches, and then get on base. Sometimes you can't do both. Sometimes all you can do is get him to pitch pitches, and you're going to make an out. That's inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now I expect Siri to be looking for a home run right here. He's been patient this at bat. I think you got to sit dead red fastball and look to end the game right here. Something you can drive. That's inside. We get our base runner. There it is, and he's fast too. That's it. The potential game-winning run, and you got to give. Again, fans don't understand this, but you got to give credit to Brett Beatty. That last at bat, seeing a bunch of pitches, it gave Jose Alexa, a bunch of pitches to also see, and he was able to go up and have a really good approach at the plate here. Here we go. Luis Torrens drew a throw. Alexa, Jose, how about I just say Jose when I'm just saying one name? Jose had a big lead. He got a throw over it. Of course, he's looking to steal here. Oh, gets past him. It's a wild pitch. He's going to get to second easily. I feel like the fact that he was so nervous about Jose on first base, I think Jose Alexa caused that wild pitch. That was wild. So now the game-winning run is in scoring position at second base. Is Siri going to steal third? What do you guys think? Is Siri going for it? Jose Alexa. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's go. Let's go, Mets, baby. Let's go, Mets, baby. They're going to do a pickoff try. They threw it back to second. They actually did the pickoff throw to second. You don't actually see him throw it that often. 1 ball, 1 strike. But I just like how Siri's getting in his head. It's also creating holes and gaps in the infield. Any hit probably wins this game. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. By the way, I just went this whole game forgetting that I didn't even have my Mets jersey on. Hold on. We'll see. Here we go. That's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here we go. Can't believe I'm streaming the whole game without the Mets jersey on. Just realized that now. We got the rally pig going. This is it. This is what it comes down to. 3 balls, 1 strike. Luis Torrens has a chance to be the hero. He rips it. It's going to fall in. Oh, they're going to hold him at third. So Torrens does his job. Oh, it was shallow enough. He got to it quickly. That's probably a good call, but man, you hate doing that. But what that means is there's 1 out. So Lindor and Soto both get a shot here. Yeah, Siri had to wait up because yeah, he had to hold up. He wanted to score too. But you can't get thrown out there. Not when you have Lindor and Soto on deck. All right, we're going to get a pitching change here. We're going to get a pitching change. Let's go Mets, baby! 2-2 game. Bottom of the 9th inning. Runners on first and third. This is it. We got Rally Pig. We are ready to rock and roll. It is a commercial break. You're not missing any of the action here. I am so stinking hungry. I haven't eaten anything all evening. I haven't eaten since like 3 o'clock. And it's, what is it now? It's like after 10. So much for shorter baseball games, right? It's a 3-hour game, 3-hour, 10-minute game. So it is Lindor and Soto are due up. They're the next two. There's a pitching change. Nick Sandlin is coming out. I will let you know who's coming in as soon as I see. It is going to be, I can post it for you on the horizontal stream. Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman is coming in. The Mets bats were absolutely stymied by Chris Bassett here today. He pitched a superb game. I mean, it was just an absolute gem. But once the Mets got into the bullpen in the 8th and now in the 9th, that's when they've done all the damage against the Blue Jays bullpen, which we were talking about yesterday even, why every pitch matters. Every pitch you can get the bullpen to hit is amazing. All right. Whew. You guys feeling it? Are you juiced up? Are you amped up? This is the opportunity. I mean, we're going to be here all night. So here's to hoping we don't need to go extra innings. So if a fly ball, any sort of deep fly ball, a score Siri. Obviously, any hit is a win with Siri on third. Luis Torrens on first. The worst possible outcome is a double play here because then you don't get Soto to the plate. So if you're Lindor, you got to find something that you can drive and get underneath. You don't want a ground ball. He rips it. That's going to end the game. Here we go. He's caught. Throws in. Jose Alexa scores. Game over. Walk-off win for the New York Mets. Let's go. Let's go, Mets, baby. It's a walk-off win. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We got the walk-off win, and we're gonna turn off our virtual background because I'm going to show you we've got our banner that we're going to show every time we win, but it doesn't show up well. There we go. This is my old New York Mets pennant that I got back in the late 80s, early 90s. Isn't this thing beautiful? It's like late 80s, early 90s. I just dug it out. Let's go, Mets. Mets with a win, baby. That's exactly what you're trying to do. 10K. Congrats, Tevin. Congrats on that. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this beauty of a pennant. What I love about that last inning, everybody did what they were supposed to do. Brett Beatty battled, saw a ton of pitches. It allowed Jose Alexa to then see the bunch of pitches and lay off of a bunch of pitches, get the walk. And then Luis Torrens came in and got the single. Siri was able to move up on the play. And then Francisco Lindor did what his job was to do, which was to drive the ball to the outfield. I know people are not going to be happy with Beatty, with how he did. But if you are understanding and watching this game, you understand 100% that that was his job. See a bunch of pitches, put the ball in play, hope something good happens. So there we go. So the Mets now are 2 games above 500. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe for the win today. All right. Francisco with a walk-off. Let's see there. So we got that going on. Chris Bassett pitched an amazing game for the Blue Jays. Absolutely amazing game for the Blue Jays. There's zero doubt in my mind that he deserved to be the winning pitcher today, but their bullpen could not hold it. What I like about this team, one of the things I like that's building is this resilience and this magic. Like, I understand people like miss Jose Iglesias and stuff like that, but this team is finding its personality earlier in the season than we did last year, and I really like that. That's something that I think is super strong about this team, is they're learning how to grind out at bats, not quit. Another thing that should not go unmentioned: stellar performances by the Mets pitching staff once again. Oscar Brazaban, he had like 2 1/3 innings of, he maybe gave up a hit, But other than that, great relief pitching. Griffin Canning pitched really well. I thought Mendoza left him in one batter too long. I would have liked to have seen him take him out after the first base runner got on, but still, no qualms there. He did a great job. Edwin Diaz got the strikeout when he really needed it. It was just another great job by the pitching staff. The Mets are getting extra base hits. We're still a little bit low on the clutch hits that we want to be getting. Obviously, it'd be nice to get these games so we're not always winning at the end, but absolutely happy with how it is. I appreciate each and every one of you who's hung out, hit the like button, spend time with us here today. Hopefully, you had lots of good memories. I want to grow this stream because I think baseball streaming is actually a frontier that needs to be blazed, a trail that needs to be blazed here on YouTube. I'm just kind of in utter shock about how few big streamers there are. And so I think we can bring something that's fun, family friendly, F-bomb free, but a whole lot of fun. Celebrate good games, commiserate during bad games and stuff like that. So the Mets have won the series. I will try to be live tomorrow as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. Midnight, Tevin, BX, Jonathan, so many people, Travis Berg, D-Rose, Sub-Zero. You guys are all awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Let's go, Mets, baby!